Tony, when you get a minute, come in my room so you can see you're staring at me all the time now. It's a vintage picture.
Oh, you would have them already with the ring in them.
No, we'd sell a kid. They
oh, you would sell a kid a condom?
Yeah, they didn't want to go to the store and ask for condoms. They were too embarrassed. So we were selling these things at $5 a throw.
That's pretty smart.
And we made some pretty gosh darn good money.
My parents opted me out of Ripple money because with Ripple money, you could not do homework assignments. If you had enough Ripple money, you could pay and not do your homework. Well, I was making all my Ripple money by selling candy and shit, and I'd never have to do homework. And my parents got wind of it, and next thing you know, I was the only kid in class that couldn't deal with Ripple money. My parents they were real jerks. Let's just put it how it is.
We need a high-end, not just cheap.
I remember that same principal, Mr. Ripple. Remember who the hell Ripple is? That's his last name. We moved from New Jersey to Oklahoma. My dad was in the oil business. So it was a cultural shock for me. And this is when I was really young. And I remember going home and telling my mom, Mr. Ripple said slaves were a good thing because it gave them a place to live and stuff. And that's literally what he said. And my mom fucking went apeshit and went down to the principal and the whole thing. So,
his mom's an insane activist.
Yes, I was outed numerous times. But I never had flyers for it. So there's always that. Unfortunately.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. It's Car Day today. I love Car Day. Of course, we don't just do one topic ever on this show, but we come close on Car Day. You can call with problems, questions, and complaints of any kind. But we usually have car experts in here to say hi and to weigh in on stuff about cars. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. That's what we're going to talk about.
I thought you were going to say we usually have car experts in today, but today we just have Jeff and Nick.
We have Jeff, Vic, Kimmer transmission.
Beggars can't be choosers, Mark.
And we have Nick Yutzi, Flexihead. Yes. Now, it's not a new use for any car. Cars have been used for lovemaking for years, right? So it's not a new use, but it's a new way. Using the autopilot, is that it? So they used the autopilot to drive while they were doing the nasty. Is this right?
That's what it says on Fox News.
So, what is the big deal? Seriously, that they were driving, obviously.
They were on autopilot.
And they were driving. Where were they driving?
Down a highway. It looks like it might have been in a different country. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. And what did you said that somebody?
No, Los Angeles adult film performer and her boyfriend found perhaps a predictable way to use their time while riding in a Tesla on autopilot.
And so they posted this video.
I'm trying to see what Elon had to say about it.
Oh, he tweeted about it for sure. It was short and simple, Mark.
Well,
Says,
what did Musk say about it? I don't see it on Fox News. I don't see it, but anyway.
You just scroll down a little on the front page. It's right there. Okay. Here's Elon Musk. Turns out there's more ways to use autopilot than we imagined.
I don't see it at all, but okay, that doesn't matter. So is there a video of like?
They show a screenshot of the video. I think the actual video, according to Suzanne, can be found at Pornhub.com.
No, come on.
Wow.
No, that's not true.
No, it's very true. They said it's the most downloaded video on Pornhub right now today.
We don't want to send people to Pornhub.
No, we don't.
God, we shouldn't have said it. Now we got people going to Pornhub.
Elon says, should have seen this coming.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. God, that sucks. This hour brought to you by, I hate to even use his name in the same sentence of all this vulgarity, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. 303-920-1622. Seriously, we have never had a complaint about Frank Duran. And Frank says, oh, see, don't knock. He doesn't say knock on what he doesn't believe, but he says, oh, come on. No, we haven't. The man's just great. So if you're looking for real estate, somebody who's going to give you unbelievable attention, almost like you're the only customer, it's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Hey, Paul, what's happening? We got lines open at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you have car problems, questions, or complaints, or anything, give us a call. Now, what's happening?
on August 2018 until this April, I was paying $2,800 a month on a verbal month-to-month.
So wait a minute. When your lease expired in July of 18,
we just went month-to-month.
okay, what you said a verbal month-to-month. Usually a month-to-month takes the same terms and conditions as the previous written lease.
That's what I assumed.
But it reverts 30 days. Now, what was your rent when you were under lease?
For 2 years on the written lease, $2,400 a month.
And what did it go to?
$2,800, and there was a reason it went to $2,800.
Well, what was that?
Well, it was only a verbal agreement, so I know I'm not really protected there. But verbally, it went up to $2,800 a month in exchange for him keeping it off the market until August of 2019.
Yeah, you're right. If that's not written, you know. So anyway, but you're paying $2,800 month to month, and what happened?
Okay, so I paid in April, and here's what happened. While I was in that period paying that extra money, we got mold in the house. He never fixed it. That may or may not be relevant, probably not, but we've been living with that. And then he reneged on with you. So we started working with his
you don't
realtor.
really have a choice, but because he can just tell you to leave.
Right. Well, we started working with the realtor. The realtor started lying to us, and they basically took our kitchen sink away. So
Wait. What do you mean he started lying to you and took your kitchen sink? What are we talking about?
First it was, hey, we're going to come put granite countertops in. You know, even though we haven't done anything in the house for 3 years, we're going to come put granite countertops in.
Well, they want to sell it. That's why. Right. They want to sell it. So, but what do you mean they took your kitchen sink? That's while they're doing this.
Here's what happened. First it was just a 2-hour job. Or a 3-hour job, 11 to 1. Then it became a 5-hour job. Then they showed up late. Then by the time the guy threatened my wife in the house, basically she asked him to leave, and he wouldn't. And she was, All
right. So what happened? Now, this is not good.
Okay.
But what happened?
No. So here's what happened.
I think the landlord doesn't care because he's selling the place and wants you out. So anyway, what happened?
Well, and I pulled my kids out of school early and told him, yes, we will be out this month in May. Now, I didn't talk about payment because I'm not going to pay him any more money.
Well, hold on. You would have to pay for May if you stayed there, obviously.
Possibly I might be on the hook for that. Now, but so here's the thing. I did get a notice.
Wait, did you move out?
No, but we've got a pod that's coming on the 15th. We'll be out of here before the end of the month.
Okay,
definitely.
I got you.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Now, he has, through his lawyer, sent me and served me a notice of termination, let me know that my tenancy is terminated effective May 31st.
Okay, good.
And then now there's a demand for payment of rent, and I'm crafting my response to that, and I'm basically putting.
Wait a minute. Yeah. He says you're going to be out May 31st, and you're crafting what response to what?
Here's the thing. They haven't filed anything with the court. What it looks like is just a lawyer who's put his name on the bottom of something that looks like a...
Who cares? I mean, if they want you out at the end of May, I don't understand. What are you calling about? Honest to God, I don't know what you're calling about.
I'm trying to protect myself, Lee. I'm trying to... Here's my two goals.
About what?
I don't want to pay him. And
you don't want to pay him what? You don't want to pay him for May?
Right.
I can't help you there, Paul. You got to pay for May.
Okay, even though we paid for April and we didn't have a kitchen sink in April.
Paul, listen, man. Okay. There are things called standards of habitability, okay? Now, if he's violating, and you're going to say automatically yes, but I'm going to say no because it's pretty damn severe. If they go beneath the normal standards of habitability. But then, even then, you were supposed to write him and give him a certain amount of time to fix it. Then, if he did not fix it, your remedy was to move out without penalty, but not to stay there. So, Paul, I understand you're upset, and I know why. And you're saying, look, I paid for April, and a good part of April, I did not have peaceful, quiet enjoyment of the premises, and I couldn't use the kitchen sink. So why should I pay for May? Because you're there. If you leave, you don't have to pay, but if you're there, you're going to have to pay. And if the lease says 30 days notice, and you didn't give 30 days notice, you have a problem. you need to listen. He already expects you out at the end of May. You need to pay for May and leave. Then what you need to do then is go after him for damages if you believe you were damaged. But if you are living there, I don't see how you are damaged. There is a...
What can you do if I don't pay him, Tom?
Okay, here's what's going to happen. If you don't pay him, he's simply going to... How much is your deposit?
I didn't. I paid first and last month. That's the other thing. I paid first and last month. So I really don't owe him this month.
That's right. You don't. If you paid first and last, hold on. But did you leave any deposit?
No.
Okay. So are you sure the check he took was for first and last?
I did something stupid. I paid him cash for like a lot of that written lease. And then
did you get a receipt?
Nope.
Well, then you didn't pay him because Paul, he's not going to acknowledge a deposit.
Okay. Well, if he wants to spend the money to come after me, he can.
Right.
But he has. What can he file on me?
Okay. Here's what he's going to do. Here's what he's going to do. He's simply going to come after you for May and for any so-called damages. He'll just come after you, and then you'll go to court, and your defense is going to be that he wasn't supposed to do this. He did this. He did that. And, Paul, I'm just being straight with you. I don't want to lie to you. The judge is going to say, forget it, I think, because there's nothing there. You don't have anything documented, anything in writing. The substance of the matter is you stayed there in May. You pay for May. I'm not saying that I would do it, and I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just telling you the substance here. You know, it's just one of those things. It sucks. I know you're upset, but the substance is you're there. If you want to try to calculate at the end all of your damages, try. But I don't think that the kitchen sink missing is going to amount to much, and I don't think all of this hoobala about repair people, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you find a judge to take mercy on you, and you go to small claims court and try to get some of your rent back. But if you don't pay, you're going to have a problem. Eric, I just need to take this very quickly. You say some scammers called you?
Yeah, so I got the Social Security scam yesterday. Actually, they called me twice.
And you said they used my name?
No, when the guy asked when the guy asked for my name, I gave him yours, and he immediately hung up.
I misunderstood.
And he did? He immediately hung up?
Immediately. He said he says that I could barely understand what he was saying. I made him repeat it like 10 times. And he finally, somebody else came on the line and said, "What is your name?" And I said, "Tom Martino."
Hey, was this Social Security or IRS?
Social Security.
Do you have a number to call back?
I can't get to it. I'm not on that phone today.
If you do, though, let us know. Thank you, Eric. We got more coming right up.
This report is sponsored.
Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
Hello, Trevor. How are you, buddy? Fantastic.
Mark.
Hey, Tommy.
Hi, guys.
How we doing?
I'm good. How are you? Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I don't know.
How about Jimmy John's? You guys good for Jimmy John's today?
All right, I'll come back in. Anybody, you would like something different? Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese.
I'll be back in the next
Right now, cloudy and 43. With the traffic and weather,
They're fantastic. They don't have
More than 6,000 hotels across
You
the
say I got
country,
more gray?
including
I was
Days Inn
implying
and
color
Super 8.
coordination.
A great hotel by Wyndham is closer than you think. Find
Doesn't
one
have
near
to be
you
gray.
and
It almost
take
looked like
direct
you were wearing.
at wyndhamhotels.com.
Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law. If you ever get in trouble and you need an attorney, you can call Joe Lazzara. Flat rate pricing on everything, so you know up front, and he doesn't nickel and dime you. That is a great option to have when you're in trouble. And listen, I say to people, there's no reason to get a DUI. You know, you can get a designated driver, Uber, Lyft, or whatever. But there are some people that just try to calculate what they're drinking, or they don't care, they're stupid, they make a mistake. Some people are falsely accused. Whatever it is, even if you want to plead guilty and get through the system, you need someone to help you. It's too complicated to do on your own. You have a motor vehicle thing and a criminal thing, both at the same time, different ones, different charges, believe it or not. Joseph Lazzara, 303-429-6200. That's 303-429-6200. Look for Joe on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Aren't you tired of hoping
Thanks, guys, for
right
shutting up. That
candidates
was
for
great.
your job posts and apply? It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. That's why you should try
Great for
ZipRecruiter
shutting
for
up.
free.
Yeah.
ZipRecruiter.com.
That was my best shut up I've done in my life. That was my best shutting up for a long time.
What did he do? He shut up very nicely.
Yeah, man, you went live and hot right away, bro.
Spotlights the top candidates.
Yeah,
Which means you
it was
never miss a
Mark that
great
was
match.
a little.
So instead of
Hey, now.
hoping you find that
Hey, now.
ZipRecruiter
Hey,
finds it
now.
for you. And hiring is a whole lot easier.
Okay. Everything's looking good.
Were you ordering bleach online?
Yeah.
The smartest way to hire. And
You
now
know,
you
bleach
can
on
try
not
ZipRecruiter
bleach.
for free. That's right,
Urine.
free.
Crap
Just
all
go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/work. That's ZipRecruiter.com/work.
Yeah, around the fucking litter box.
ZipRecruiter.com/work.
You know the best way to get rid of that?
The Tom, I know you want less on your Yeah, number 9. You like
With peppers.
peppers, and you want one with peppers.
Yeah, the yellow peppers, no onions.
Peppers, you know.
And
Dan, you're just regular.
I'll take the Al special.
Yeah.
Al special.
Yeah, we want in place.
How many ounces are in a damn
His
gallon?
is being regular.
128 or 164?
What's that here? They're being regular to gift.
64, half.
Dan is not the punching bag.
You know what? Here's something I realized. When you don't use stuff, my kid was doing an assignment, something very simple, talking about prepositions and articles, indirect objects, direct objects.
I can't thank you all enough for
And it's weird how you forget all that shit. I mean, you know, it's just weird. Just
Stuff that you haven't visited,
simple.
that you know about.
Do I have a spot?
For what makes us
30, fix it. Got it.
Got it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Got a spot coming up, guys? All right. Right now. Fix it 24/7. You can get them to your house right now for $39 and they'll find any problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. Now that's for coming there, that's for going through the system, no matter how long it takes. They give you a full written, complete estimate. If you have the work done, and you will love the way they do it, they have great values. If you have the work done, they subtract that $39. If you don't, all you pay is $39, and that is Fix It 24/7. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939.
He's really into politics. I happen to think politics is the most important. Keeping it honest, a little bit of corruption.
Trade talks were constructive. I don't trust any of this.
Look, you liar. Today at 1 on 630 KHOW.
Hello, Tom Martino here on Car Day. Welcome to the only show really of its kind anywhere. And listen, guys, we love hearing from you. I mean this. You know, people say, Tom, I can't get through. Sometimes I don't even bother. If you call us at 303-MARTINO anytime, or you email us, help@troubleshooter.com, as long as you leave a number, we will get back to you. Yeah, it's for sure we will get back to you. Jose, what's happening? Jose? Hello?
Yes.
What's happening?
I want to know your opinion about rent-to-own homes.
Okay. In general, I have seen rent-to-home as a way to scam people in general. However, it really depends on the contract. I mean, in some cases, it could be a viable option. But you have to ask yourself, Jose, why would anyone do a rent-to-own in this market? Why wouldn't they just outright sell a home? That's what makes me suspicious. So how does this rent-to-own work?
Well, as far as I know, they have you rent the home for about 1 to 2 years, mostly because you don't have a big down payment.
What happens in this during this 1 to 2 years? What happens?
Well, I guess they evaluate you in a sense.
But does any of the money of your rent go toward a down payment?
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, the next question, how do they establish the sales price? Is it at the time, or is it some value in the future?
Well, I think it's at the time of you go into a contract, as far as I know.
Well, see, here's the thing, Jose, to be fair. Let's be fair. You're not giving me enough information to go on. So if you get details on any deal, I will personally help you and have, if we need to, an attorney look at it. But let me tell you in general what a good rent-to-own would look like, okay? And then you can compare. First and foremost, everything must be in writing, okay? So it must be written. No, I mean nothing left to chance. The second thing, you must have a price up front. No price to be determined ever. Got it? So price up front. That's very important. No price to be determined. Number 3, there must be a distinct amount of rent that is applied to a down payment. Okay? Otherwise, what good is it unless, of course, you just rent for you to save up a down payment. But you see, normally they get more than market rent, and some of it goes toward a down payment. So I would say partial rent toward down payment. Okay? So in other words, okay, then the other one is, what about financing? Like, do you lose all your money? Do you lose all your money about financing? How do they deal with that? If you have bad credit and all that, are they saying they're going to finance? Financing is a big deal. If you cannot get approved for a loan, I would never do rent to own, because the money you put away is going to be lost. Because if you can't get a loan now, you probably can't get a loan in 2 years. Really. It takes way longer than that. So financing must be in place, not approved, but you must be able to be approved, okay? If you have bad credit, you must be qualified. That's truly important. Then the next part is the term, okay? If it goes on too long and it's going to diminish, well, it actually helps you in a way, but here's the problem. You need to make sure it's not sold out from under you. So it must be truly, terms and conditions must truly be you buying it, not just you have an option to buy. Truly, you must be first in line for the purchase. Okay, so here's what you want. I'm going to go over it. First, it has to be in writing. Second, the price must be determined up front. Third, there must be partial rent toward down payment. 4, you must be qualified for financing. Don't wait and hope you get qualified. And then 5, terms and conditions must be spelled out so you're first in line. So in other words, it's not just an option. You are buying it unless you back out. Now the other one, the other one that's important, you must determine maintenance and everything during the term. Like, what happens if the furnace goes out? Are they going to say, wait a minute, you need to put that furnace in, or the price is going to go up? So maintenance and repairs must be spelled out during the term so you don't get stuck with those.
To see who's responsible for it.
Exactly. So you get your agreement, Jose, and you come back to us. We'll get you all kinds of free help, okay?
Okay. Tom, do you still think the market is going to come down some?
Yes. I don't. Listen, a lot of people disagree with me. There must be a correction. Jose, it's too weird. It's too expensive. I mean, you can't price. Real estate has always corrected, always. That doesn't mean it's going to go down to what it did during the Great Recession. I don't think that will happen, but we are going to have an adjustment. I'm going to look for at least a 20% adjustment. It could be more. Mark, what are you thinking? I mean, look at some of these places.
It's definitely going to happen at some point.
You know, because I put off buying a house since last year. I started looking into it. I got approved for a loan. I talked to Frank Duran.
Yes.
I viewed some homes, but I just couldn't pull the trigger because it's still terribly high.
Well, listen, man, it's not a great time to buy at all. But
I didn't think so.
there are still deals. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. In order to get a deal, you usually have to have a lot of money to pay either cash or have financing in place. You either buy something run down that you can fix up or over $1 million. And that's it. So you go either 300 and under, a distress, and you have properties that are distressed, or you have cash and quick closes, or over $1 million. Those houses have slowed down a bit. So it's you know, Jose, if you find a rent to own, good for you. Let us look at the agreement for you, okay? 303-713-TALK. Now listen, Matthew, quickly, you have an interesting question. What's going on?
Well, in my house, I live in a townhouse. The north side wall, when it gets extremely cold, the pipes to the bathroom upstairs freeze.
That's an issue. Okay, hold on a sec. We'll come back right to that. That's definitely an issue, but easily taken care of.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630.
No matter how we say it, not good.
It's reported sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
Travel across the metro area freeway system.
You didn't rent another house?
Okay. That's pretty solid.
Oh, that's up in my area?
No, this is my
Slow spots in the highway drive in town.
It's an older house.
Southbound I-25, heavy on the approach to 84th, just a little bit of delay there. And some slowing downtown on southbound I-25 between Spear and Colfax, nothing out of the ordinary. Crews are clearing out that wreck south of town, northbound I-25, Potomac Road, involved.
What's your address?
Right lane remains blocked.
Yeah.
Hey, that one that we sent to you that one time, did you think the guy could do it with a hammer? That guy? Remember that one? Didn't we send a guy that he said the insurance wouldn't pay?
I don't think I ever saw that.
Oh,
Maybe
we only showed you a photo or nothing.
I thought he showed up, though. He was headed down there.
That's what I thought.
I think he was, and then he never showed up. Called me a couple weeks later.
He said the insurance company wouldn't pay him.
Yep, that was in
because they thought it was fraudulent.
But wasn't it in Florida that it happened, or something about Florida?
Colorado Springs.
Are you actually in up there, Central City?
No, Blackhawk. No, not in the city limits.
What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Short. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. They're often in on the show. They have a transmission diagnostic offer that I find extraordinary. If you have a transmission problem, you think you might get it fixed, hey, they're going to take apart the transmission to give you an estimate. I mean take it apart, take it out and apart free. It's free. No strings attached. How about that? Free. No strings attached, even if you decide not to have it done. 303-781-9858. You don't beat it. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. 303-781-9858. That's funny.
No, that's true. There's a lot of them like that.
I know. What are you talking about, guys?
Just these homes up by where
cheap?
No, built, they're 120, 30 years old.
No shit.
Yeah, Central City Blackhawk? Absolutely.
It says year build is like 1820.
No. Who would ever do that?
Well, they've been redone.
Most of the houses up there have been, or at least.
Do you have an old house?
No, not mine.
Well, how is yours new?
Newer.
18 years old.
Look at this fucker, man. They want 1.2
Oh,
for this.
when I looked at one up there, it was built on.
Where's yours, Dan?
Mine's outside of Blackhawk.
How long have you owned it?
5 years.
I think I've seen this house right here.
We're about outside of Blackhawk. 3 miles north on 119.
Right by Taggart, that gas station up there?
Before Taggart, so right across from school.
I live right across the street from that gas station.
Do you live up there every day? Like now you live up there.
So,
14, 15
so that they have that marijuana.
Oh, how do you know?
Yep.
No, and now it's someone bought that.
Yep.
Did you ever go into it?
Yes, I went in there.
Is it nice?
Weed all the time.
almost live there.
They got residential, so no
Right,
business
right,
can be out
right.
there.
What does it look like inside? Because it's a pretty big lawn.
It's a double decker. It's got the deck that overlooks the top and walk in. So it's
Okay.
open.
So it's nice.
Go upstairs and you got an upper.
Okay. No, I live, like I say, right across the school in,
That's big stuff, man.
Oh,
The
what's
whole
the name of
big
that?
town in
Missouri Lakes Wine.
Yeah.
Missouri Lakes?
Missouri Lakes.
Yeah.
Yep. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
How you doing, neighbor?
Yeah.
That's cool.
John,
How big is it?
What is it?
So how big an industry is the marijuana industry?
I don't want
Anybody
nicotine.
know?
Why would you want nicotine?
I'm quitting chewing. They just, I know it's
The curbs with the,
crazy, good question now.
It is crazy, isn't it?
And now,
Mark will probably know. He's heavily involved.
I forget what they're called, razors or something.
juice flutes.
Mark, do you know what the
That's what
marijuana
juice
industry
flutes.
produces in Colorado?
They all look like dollars. Guess what? If you guys come within 500 million
Of what?
the marijuana industry.
Just in Colorado? So we're talking gross sales, right?
It's cash too, right?
Yeah.
You can't take credit cards.
No, they have those,
ATM machines?
maybe they don't actually, I don't
No,
know.
they can't.
This is crazy.
They can't. They won't give it to them.
Because the feds regulate banking, so
Right.
therefore you probably can't.
It's illegal.
Well, what do they do for banking nowadays? Don't they have cash drops, big places where they go and
Yes, there's some whole banking system
Don't
that's
come up
been
with your
developed out
fake
of it.
news.
And there's like all these
I did
investors
read the
too.
whole,
It's
the way
like,
they,
like people buy stocks, you can
can't
invest
resist the
in
headline.
marijuana
So
grow.
6 billion since its
Yeah, yeah.
inception, but
Basically,
last year was
provide
1.5
money as a, you know,
Well,
angel partner or whatever, you know, and stuff.
I would guess 1.55 billion.
1.55 billion?
Yeah.
last year.
Are you serious?
Did I nail it?
You nailed it.
How has he become so smart? I mean, you look at him and.
Hey, how did your thing go, by the way?
Sorry, bro.
How did the thing go?
The Parker?
Yeah.
Decent. We had much better turnout at Littleton than we did at Denver. We had a, you know.
Oh, you did it at both at the same
Yeah,
time?
we did it at both locations, yeah.
I think when you were on, we were only talking Littleton, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were on with me and you, yeah, absolutely. And that helped because there were probably 6 people from.
I didn't know you were doing it in Denver. I would have mentioned it.
Yeah, no.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Jeff Vick is with us from Kimmer Transmission. Welcome, Jeff Vick. We also have Nick Yutzi, and he is with Flexident of Colorado, and we have Al Ramis from Pro Auto Care.
Thank you, Tom. It's good
they're
to be here.
they're going to weigh in on all this kind of stuff. Now, Matthew, okay, what is the issue?
Well, I live in a townhouse. One wall is on the end unit. The north wall, or the end wall faces north.
Yes.
When we get extremely cold weather,
Yeah.
or it stays below freezing for any length of time, the pipes that supply the hot and cold water to the upstairs freeze.
They should have never, you know, most of the time you don't run piping in exterior walls. And I'm figuring out, why did they do that?
It's one room wide. It's 3 levels. But like I have upstairs in the top floor, I have a bedroom, a bathroom, and another bedroom.
So there's no alternative. I get it. How long have you been there?
We've been there 4 years. It was a flip.
It was a flip from someone who sold it to you. Okay.
Yes.
Obviously, you're not going to have recourse with the seller. I mean, if that's what you're thinking. But it's easy to get. It's easy to get fixed, man. It really is.
Yeah.
You insulate. You literally. Now, do you have to break open walls to do that?
Yes, I will need to break open walls, which is why I'm wondering.
Is it easier first? Let me say this first. Is it easier to go from inside or outside? What kind of exterior do you have?
It's wood siding.
Well, that's easy. See, wood siding, you get in, and then you have. To me, that's easier. But anyway, go ahead. What do you need to ask?
Well, the question I'm asking is, should I, from your list, look for a full-service remodeling company or a plumbing company?
Well, they both will do it. Okay? Moses, we have somebody called Moses. He does a lot of construction and plumbing, so he would be an ideal match for that. But you could call like Fix It or Plumbline. They can do it. Now, service plumbers will be more expensive for a job like that than a contractor plumber. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was raised in the trade, so
that's really up to you to kind of get some idea of price.
I wonder if he could just blow foam in there.
You know, that's that is possible from outside. That's not a bad idea. It depends. Do you know where it's freezing, though?
I know.
Like exactly where?
No. I could give you a 10-foot by 2 stories area.
Oh, okay. Hold on. If you have to do that whole area, you may, listen to this, man, you may want to put in a circulator.
Oh, pardon?
You may want to put in a circulator, which keeps, it's on a timer, and it's a loop, and it's a loop, and it circulates water, and it keeps it from freezing. Okay. Now, I don't know how cold it gets or how solid. Even a circulator can freeze it sometimes. Hold on a sec. JR is on the line. He's called in, and he has a comment. Go ahead, JR.
Hey, Tom. I have these problems a lot down here in the Springs.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can throw in a circ pump, or even easier, you can open up a little part of that wall, even if it's a little 8 by 10 inch, and put a circ fan, and it circulates the heat from the house and keeps those pipes from freezing.
In the stud space.
Really easy.
But wait, how can it circulate in the stud space? Because I'm assuming it's insulated.
You can insulate it.
No, I'm assuming it's insulated. But hold on, we ought to find out. Matthew, what's in the stud space?
I have not done due diligence. Everywhere else that I've seen, it's been fiberglass bats.
Okay, here's the problem. They put the bats on the inside facing up against. They actually insulated the pipes probably to the outside, right?
Probably. Did it bass backwards?
Yeah, exactly. Now, what they should do, what Mark said is viable. You know, you can do foam in insulation. They know how to do it.
I'd call it best way insulation. That woman lives and breathes this.
Okay. Yep. Now that's one. Okay. Also, a circ pump, as JR suggested, but or a little bit of both. But that's what you're looking at. Okay.
All right.
And also, call people on the referral list. And I don't mean to disservice plumbers. Listen, but they're not set up necessarily to do major construction like that. They're just not set up that way. And in my opinion, it would be more expensive with them as it would a service contractor who's not a service, a contractor plumber who's doing stuff like that all the time. 303-713-TALK. Eric, what's going on in your life, Eric?
Hi.
What's happening?
So I live out in Byers, and the county has been doing some re-graveling.
Yeah.
They finished up. It's really rough. I drove on it Tuesday night. Wednesday morning on my way to work, I ran over about an 8-inch T-post.
Gosh.
That I believe was in the bottom.
What do you mean when you say a T-post? What are we talking about?
Fence posts. They're green, and they've got.
Gotcha. Hey, listen. There's something called, and this is terrible, but terrible for some people. It's called government immunity, and it extends to municipalities of all kinds and taxing districts. And what it says is basically this. During the normal maintenance and repair of the infrastructure, which includes roads, they're not responsible for anything going wrong. And unless, now, when I say this, don't automatically say, well, this is egregious. Unless it's really egregious, they're not going to do much for you. Now, you may say, well, that's pretty egregious, covering up a T-post. All they have to say is, we didn't know it was there. Let me put it to you this way. We had cases where a snowplow Okay, he can't hear me. Suzanne, tell him basically we can't help because of governmental immunity. Okay, I'm sorry, Eric, you can't hear me. Can you tell him? Okay, here's the deal. We've had cases where a guy driving a snowplow was drunk, and they weren't found to be liable. So that's how egregious they can get things they can get away with. 303-713-TALK. Daniel has a comment on those plumbing pipes. Go ahead, Daniel. I love the experts and the people we have, the knowledgeable people in the audience. What's going on, Daniel?
Hey, I'm a general contractor, and I was just listening to this problem. You don't want to be the guy that needs to paint inside of his house, so he took the roof off. The first thing I would do is go into the cabinet space in the vanity and just cut a hole in the back of the cabinet through the drywall, that warm air, some conditioned air. Get those pipes.
Somebody mentioned that.
A lot of times I'll take care of that problem.
Somebody mentioned that. And
doing it at each level.
Yeah, as a contractor, when you put pipes on an exterior wall, don't you insulate it from the outside in, so the pipes are on the warm side?
As a contractor, I would never do that. But if you had to, yeah, you're right. You'd have to get that insulate. You're trying to insulate the cold from the inside, so the pipes need to be to the conditioned space.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. And also, Cheryl wrote in and said, this is a townhome, doesn't he have to go through the HOA? Yes, for sure, if they mess with the exterior. If he does stuff on the inside, like opening it up to warm air or circ pumps, he doesn't have to go through. Assuming the water supply and everything each unit has its own. Let's talk. What's going on with Cole? Cole.
Yeah.
What's happening? And we have a line open at 303-713-TALK. What's happening with you?
Well, it's not about construction or anything.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. In fact, today is car day, and I want to remind people, our car experts are here if they have any car questions. But you can call about anything, Cole.
All right. Yeah, my buddy Ryan, he recommended you.
Yes.
And, well, I just basically moved out of my girlfriend's house. Well, we're common law marriage. We've been together. We've been in the same house for almost 2 years.
Okay.
And she has been using narcotics, and I've been working this entire time, so I haven't really been there to see her do it. But she's just been acting really crazy lately. But I told her to take a drug test, and she failed. And she called the cops.
Why?
And
why?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. You asked her to take a drug test, and she said, I'm going to call the cops.
You mean like a domestic? Like she said you were beating her up or what, man?
Right.
No. Like she failed the drug test. And
what kind of drug test are we talking about?
It's like a 7-panel. She failed for.
I understand, but what do you mean? What do you mean? Did she pee in a cup and it's do it yourself, or did you send it to? Okay, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she failed for 3 different drugs, and she got really mad and decided to call the cops.
But when you call the cops, you have to tell them something. Did she call the cops and say, I'm really pissed, I just failed my drug test, arrest my boyfriend? What did she tell them?
Pretty much. That's what they said. And when the cops got there, they were totally on my side.
So she said, I failed my drug test, and I want you to arrest my boyfriend.
Yes.
I find that impossible to believe.
Yeah. Even the cops showed up, and they were really confused.
I don't even know why they would show up, but okay. So then what? What happened when they showed up?
Did you go to jail? Did she?
No, nobody went to jail. They basically just separated us from for the night. And
Cole, then what happened? What happened then?
Well, I moved out because I just can't handle it anymore. I just wanted, just move on with my life.
Gotcha.
But, the thing I'm most concerned about is my son. She has her own daughter, but we have a son together. And I was talking to her this morning, and she was telling me
How old's the little girl, though?
5 years old.
And you were part of her life since she was 3?
Yeah.
Are you concerned with her, too?
Oh, yeah, I'm very concerned. But, I know she'll be taken care of because, I never adopted her, so she was, I have no say in where she goes or not. But I'm more concerned about my son because, he's only a year and a half years old.
Okay, so why don't you make a motion to the courts for custody?
Well, she says that's just not going to happen. She's
Cole, listen, one of the biggest problems that people have, listen to this, whenever there's a divorce or a separation or any kind of, dissolution of a partnership, in a domestic partnership, there is always one who says, I'm going to take everything you have, and you're never going to see your kids, and I'll see to it that you rot in hell, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. What difference does that make, Cole? Your ex has nothing to say about it except what the courts ask her. If you're telling the truth and you can make your case, you're going to win. Hold on.
This report is sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
There's a couple of spots. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
There's a lot of women that say that.
Oh, yeah. Also a highway crash southbound York there, just south of 78 to watch out for. Police are on the scene. Back out.
Do you live up there full time, Nick? Yeah. I think it's right about 15 years now.
Of course, it doesn't take much for
good tax rate up there, huh?
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about emissions on the cars.
There you go. Forecast. Well,
Yeah, just a little bit north of Taggart on the other side. You got that place you were talking about. And then you got the gas electric.
You're by the library?
So what happened when our dispensary moved?
Two roads.
With more than 6,000
What happened when
hotels
your
across the
dispensary?
country,
Where do you go
including
now?
La Quinta, Jason,
There's plenty in
He grows
Blackhawk, Central City. How many is it? 4 or 5?
Oh, God, they're everywhere up there. I was shocked how many places there are up there just walking through Central City. And I didn't even walk through Blackhawk. Does Blackhawk have them too?
I don't know if Blackhawk has one. I don't think so.
There's some old shit down by like Red Dolly that maybe there is, but I don't know.
Number one. You're numero uno.
But I know 3 in Central City right over there. Annie's, the one by Ramsey.
You're welcome.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you again.
Oh, I didn't even know there was green. Oh, yeah. We walked down there. There is one right there.
Greener grass.
God, they make so much money off that shit.
1.5, that's quite a...
It's an industry, bro.
What was interesting is what
Who am I doing?
with properties and these brokers.
Gotcha.
Thank you so much.
She was a stewardess.
10 seconds. We got 10 seconds to be loud.
She was
Come on, I dare you to talk.
she'd make flights so amazing.
Hey, Daff, what's going on?
SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's the website. I just used it to get Amy out to the house to give me a bid and to come out and do some stuff. And I got to tell you, they do exactly what they say. They save you money. First of all, they come to the house and you don't have to leave your home. They bring everything you need to see, all the latest and the greatest floor coverings. I love these guys. I really do. Buddy and Karen run it, husband and wife team, and they have a great team, and they save you money, 30, 40, even 50% from the big boxes. 303-456-4660. Better yet, Simply Floors Inc. Make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Land is really cheap up there, man.
Yeah, it used to be cheaper.
That's making me think. What's the other one called over by the Springs? The other gambling little ghost town.
Oh,
Cripple Creek. That's such a cool little town, though.
It's cool now.
I like that.
A whole lot of
Right there by Divide, right? You gotta go through
I've
Divide.
never been there.
Nope. That's a cool area. I like that over there. I go riding in that area.
What's the town past Cripple Creek? You go in and keep going down.
Massachusetts before?
No, after. Like you Colorado Springs into Cripple Creek and you keep going. You blow through town. I can't think of the name of it.
South of Cripple Creek?
Yes. No, it'd be west, I think, of Cripple Creek.
Oh, whoa. Coming from 285?
Yes.
Yes, I've driven that a million times. Too.
There's like some little towns up there.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see.
So you know 67, that's one I rode right by Deptford Road, goes out into Conifer. We cut that road down in Canyon City and did the whole back way. I was young, it was years ago. We drove all that as dirt road. What an awesome road. There's some beautiful areas in there. It's not paved all the way. It's dirty.
Instead of letting credit card
There's
interest
some.
compound at
I swear I just saw one that said it was a
move it into
foreclosure.
your mortgage at a much lower rate and save up to
Up there?
$1,000 a month. Mortgage rates haven't been this low in over a year.
Here's one for two. I want to see what 275,000 buys.
So old it is. Just bad thing. You don't buy
This must have a shitload of acreage because this house ain't worth that shit,
There's
bro.
no commission, no obligation, no pressure, and never in the upfront phase.
So are they moving you guys out here?
You work
Year built 1897.
But the studio, the movie,
I cannot find them. Oh, of course, that's because we're unfortunately more successful. Let me tell you, they just cancel all of it.
Who is it?
Somebody's calling. Hey, I'm on Fox News. I swear to God, Mark, it's not on this page. Fox News front page.
Let me show you. You mean the porno?
Yeah, I just tried to find it.
I'm going to show you, bro.
All right, right here. Tell me if this is the front page. Fox News, right? Fox News.
I don't know.
FoxNews.com. That's what
Sure looks like it.
Mark has a nose for porn.
Yeah, this is the front. So let's see here.
No porn he has.
Hair restoration procedure can help you, like it helps me, to make me notice my hair. Look, a decade, maybe 2
Yeah,
decades.
but anytime you be talking about what money I just told me.
You do porn? We don't look at porn sites.
Oh my God, okay.
Good comeback. I'm big.
And it's federally legal. In fact, it's totally plant-based and can make you feel better than you felt in a long time. Bluebird Botanical is a forerunner in the CBD.
Property's not really.
Are you guys taking the bus out this weekend?
No, not this weekend.
Find out more at Bluebird.
Well, it's not here, man.
For yourself today.
Can you believe this May? We don't have a fucking spring.
They just had 10 inches in Minnesota. In Duluth, Minnesota, got 10 inches of snow.
I mean, there was a time May was a good month. You cannot depend on May. This is all crap property. Hi, Tom Martino here.
You there? Give us a call at one line open 303-713-TALK, and we'll talk to Cole. So, Cole, here's what I said in a nutshell. If you, whether you're separated or divorcing or whatever it is, if there's an issue that affects the children or anything, motions to the court, and here's what happens. A judge or a family advocate or someone looks at it. It doesn't matter what your ex says. What do you mean your ex says it's not going to happen? If they find her to be inadequate as a parent, she's going to be terminated as a parent.
Yeah, she even admitted to the cops that she was taking drugs.
Okay, so you understand what I mean by a motion to the courts. I would hire an attorney. You can do it yourself, but it'll be totally crazy. I would do a motion for custody, plain and simple.
Motion for custody.
That's it. Yeah. Now, if you call yourself common law married, I wouldn't do that unless she does it. Are there third parties that would say, oh, yeah, they held themselves out as married? Because you want to try to not complicate this. Did you guys truly hold yourself out to be married on applications, insurance, in social gatherings? Did you?
No. I just referred to that as like living in the same place.
Yeah, but that's not. Don't do that. Don't do that, because unless there is a marriage, you don't even need a dissolution. You don't need anything. Okay. Now, if she says, wait a minute, we were married, you say, no, we weren't. The only thing that could prove she was married at this point are third parties or applications or things in writing. So if you did not hold yourself out to be married, you just walk. You don't owe her a dime. Now, you do owe her child support if she goes to the courts or if you want to do the right thing. But, however, you also have your run at custody.
Okay.
So that's what you do.
Like, I really don't feel safe with her, with my kid at the very moment. Is it legal for me to go over there and take the kid?
You have just as much right to take your son as she does. Just as much right. Absolutely, positively. You're not violating any court orders, are you? It's your son. I'm Tom Martino. We got more coming up. Bonnie Shields Law. Look her up. Bonnie Shields on the referral list, referralist.com.
Your credit challenges are...
tax returns if they file taxes. That automatically locks you in.
Pueblo. Good idea. You put her down as your wife.
Here we go. Let's see how many.
I have a good Miguel Hernandez update for you, Mark. So you like it.
Which one is he?
He's the neighbor concrete guy. that when you were doing the show when Tom was gone. We blew him up. We gave out his number.
Oh, yeah. He was already on the Sleaze Brigade.
Yeah, right. So I have a good update for you.
Look at this one.
They paid everybody off.
The way it was laying there, it looks like they had already scrappled before, so they probably got interrupted. He got back to business.
You want to go ham on a trailer park in,
That's a strong animal, boy.
Pueblo?
There's one in Pueblo?
I always thought they were more. I always thought they were
31 units.
But they are.
Well, they definitely are.
No, I didn't know that. I just always,
The units look pretty fucking old
school. They eat berries and stuff like that. It's like, no, you can.
That's a bad thing. I'm sure everybody wants to do.
I'll be back and make.
What do they sell it for?
That one's 650. Where's Glenwood Springs? Glenwood is
right on the way west of.
Oh fuck, up by Aspen, right? Like where you turn to go to Aspen.
Yeah. The hot springs.
Here's Loveland. This one's under $1 million barrels.
Actually, Glenwood Springs would be a great one because it's very high. The cost is very high there.
This is 2.5 acres. Does it say how many units is there? Oh, there ain't shit for units here. Look at this. This is weird looking. These are like, I don't even know what those are.
Mark, check your emails so you can talk about it.
Talks were held despite a new round of U.S. tariffs.
Very interesting.
Imposed after the U.S. accused China of backing away from concessions already made in months of negotiations.
The U.S. Trade Representative saying he's not willing to go back and negotiate on those sections that have already been agreed upon, so possibly inside.
We'll have to bring on a handyman.
That was left to go forward.
A statement from
Actually,
China
nice that the manager would be there.
That's what you do. You usually, Southport. God, that's far, far away though, isn't it?
China has threatened retaliation for the tariffs. It's been a rough.
Where's Rye, Colorado?
On the trade tensions with
This is one that blows me away. You'll recognize this. It's Idaho Springs. Look at this turd, man. Look at this turd. They want 2.5 for this. It's right off the highway, but fuck, what else would you do? Idaho Springs is a fucking dump in general. Up by Bojo's Pizza, I guess that little area there is kind of cool. But
if you look independently, apart from the skiing and nature, if you look at most mountain towns, they're pits.
They're dumps.
Except for maybe Aspen, but even Aspen, parts of it. Telluride and Aspen are pretty a little, parts of them.
No,
but
going into Aspen, what's the town right before? It's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Carbondale?
Carbondale. Gorgeous.
Yeah, some of these little towns are cute.
Most of them,
and
gorgeous.
the village at Vale, you know, that cobblestone shit, yeah. But that's artificial too. But the real towns, the little old towns suck.
Oh yeah, like where you exit there going to Carbondale, where the hot springs are. That's a little
Breckenridge is ugly.
Well,
I mean,
before gambling,
Breck's
Blackhawk
not-
Central City was
Breck's
real
nice
tough.
downtown, like way downtown Breck's nice.
Yeah, a little.
Keystone's all artificial because it's nothing but condos.
Like Vale. Vale has a nice little, you know, Vale does have a nice village.
That golf course you see on the thing from Vale is beautiful. Those homes are fucking outrageous.
Do you remember, I swear to God, Mark, when I moved here in the first recession, I swear to God, you could get a Vale condo for $14,000.
Oh, it'd be worth so
$14,000.
600 plus now.
Parker townhomes.
They were free.
They were 12. 12. Now the 14s were one bedrooms. If you paid 20 in Vale, you'd have right now $1 million condo.
Oh, easily. My house
condo,
in
they
Parker.
were 12 grand. 12 fucking thousand.
You remember my first house in Parker, right? In Clark Farms.
Yes.
It was $100 grand, man, brand new. And that was '92. That fucking house right now is probably $350 all day long.
Is with you every
Remember that one big house you looked at?
Oh, Keene Ranch.
Really big.
It was pretty
all I
big.
remember. No, it had like that walkout and that big.
Yeah, it was in Keene Ranch.
It was new.
It was new, but it had a cracked foundation. And the fucking price was
You had
right.
me come over and I looked at
You
it.
and Holly came over.
Oh, is it Holly?
Yep.
I thought it was Don.
No, it was you and Holly.
Something a little more buttoned up. courtesy of Grasshopper.
Thanks for calling Green Landscaping. To make an appointment, dial 1.
Yeah.
For billing,
You know,
dial
Comey
2.
is a fucking
To speak
traitor.
with Greg Smith, dial
There's
3.
no contest. Put
I
your
agree
best
with
voice
you
forward with
100%.
the virtual phone system for small
I mean, now he's
business.
just out
Try
of
it free.
So you agree with him on everything he says,
that.
100%.
On Comey, I really wonder why he brought that thing on Hillary right before the election.
I know it is kind of.
There's no doubt that helped swing it big time.
Oh yeah. Everybody.
Why did he?
Well, I'll tell you why.
I think he was guilty.
No, because the idiot husband, Bill, met the fucking lady on the tarmac for that secret meeting. What was he gonna do?
Rocky's 60.
It could be other
He didn't have to do it.
Rocky's long.
This place looks like a hellhole for
Rocky's long.
Tell you how to roast your competition online.
10 seconds.
I think you're right. It's
Learn more at getfoundfast.com. That's getfoundfast.com.
Got it.
Today before your
Looking for a car, SUV, van, used the largest selection or one of them in all of the state. Rocky's Autos at 63rd and Federal. You know what I really like about Rocky's? It's a no pretense, no BS, just fun. It's the no jive zone. If you go there, the prices are marked. The lenders are there. They got 40 lenders to choose from. And then they say, hey, you want to buy it? There's your trade. We subtract it. It's no funny money, no funny math, no new math. It's all old-fashioned math. Good friends, good people. You'll like the atmosphere. You know, here's what I say. If you're going to shop, put them on the list. That's all that counts. I don't have to convince you. You'll convince yourself. When you look around, shop apples for apples now. You go to Rocky's, you'll save, you'll like it, you'll like the experience, and they'll never call you back and say, oh, we made a mistake. Hey, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays, 9 to 6, 303-426-4646, Rocky'sAutos.com.
630 KHOW has.
You know what's weird is I can't believe the Dems actually went back to the well again for Biden.
I can't believe the
went back to the well?
Republicans went back for Junior.
They didn't go back to the well. He decided to run.
Yeah, but I don't know why they even.
Well, it's not like they can tell him not to, right?
You know, I don't know. Honestly, that's interesting. I don't know.
He's way ahead.
Oh, he's the only one.
You know what? When he's going to explain it, I'd rather have him.
And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. This is car day. That doesn't mean we concentrate on, well, it does mean we concentrate on cars, but never have just one topic for this show. Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, Alaramas Pro Auto Care, and Nick Yutzi, Flexident of Colorado. Let's talk about Flexident. Are you still getting a lot of storms coming? People coming with storm stuff?
Yeah, I'm still getting a few.
Get your mic on there, bro. Right there. No, that's off. That's on. Geez, you got to lay off the... never mind. I'm just kidding. He said he lived next to a dispensary, and I just assumed. No, Nick, seriously. Are you getting a lot of storm damage still or parking lot dings? What are you getting?
Yeah, I'm still getting people that need to return their lease cars, and just got one coming in Tuesday that scheduled. Got to get it fixed before they turn it into lease.
Oh, they're leased cars. You're right. Now, what happens there? Do they even have to report that? Because they'd never know. No one would ever know.
Pretty much. I mean, it's I mean, if the repair's done right, the dealership's going to inspect
never
the car, and you know.
That is something. That's a good point.
We just got a great update.
We'll give one on what, by the way? Just on what it is.
Miguel Hernandez.
Oh, that's it. Oh, we'll do that. Now, Nick, what about a parking lot ding? How? I mean, a lot of people get parking lot dings. Do you get can you put that? You can take those out in no time, right?
Yeah, I mean, typically.
Like, what? Tell me what 1 or 2 parking dings would cost to remove.
Usually, typically about $100.
Think about that.
Kits your door or something and puts.
Sick of looking at it.
Flexident of Colorado.com. B, what's going on with you, B?
Hi, how are you, Tom?
Good. What's happening?
I am calling in. I have a 2002 Lexus RX 300, and I started to get a light. 2 lights came on, check engine light, and then there's also a VSC light that comes on.
Like Victor, Sam, Charlie?
Yes.
Okay. I've never heard of that.
And I've Googled it, and I mean, you get all kinds of answers, but I'm trying to find out what's causing that and if it's going to affect the engine in the long run. I've already taken it to get maintenance, and nobody's.
Well,
telling me an answer for that.
VSC is vehicle stability control. Okay, that's a normal thing. I mean, that just means something is wrong in that system. You also have a computer someone could tap into. Don't the O2s have those data ports?
Yes, most definitely.
What do you think?
So, I mean, the VSC, usually it's going to be related to like a wheel speed sensor, something in the brake system most commonly is what's going to pop that light off. There should be a code associated with it for a place to run the valve.
Like, what's preventing you, B, from just going to, a dealer, not a dealer, but just a service, a repair shop?
I have.
Oh.
And yeah, I have.
And what's the problem?
They've maintenance for other things, but I've asked them, hey, can you tell me what that VSC is? And they're like, yeah, we'll check it out, but nobody's really giving me an answer.
They're clowns then, because it's vehicle stability control. I mean, all they have to do is tap into your computer and go to what's wrong with it. I mean, apparently they're not familiar with Lexus, or I don't know. If you trust them, that's good if they do good work, but you need to go somewhere that can fix that. Now, dealers are going to be more expensive, but I know Al works on a lot of Toyotas, and Lexus is the Toyota family, right? Have you heard of the vehicle stability control, Al, them having troubled light?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does it normally turn out to be?
You see a lot of times vehicle speed sensors.
That's exactly what Jeff Vick said.
They also have an issue with the pedal. The pedal giving the reading. If swaps.
Have you ever worked on those, Jeff, too?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so really it's not going to be hard to get that fixed. Really. It's going to be, what is that? Let's say it's a wheel sensor or speed sensor. What's the cost usually?
Those are probably $250 to
$250, $300 maybe.
$275, and yeah. And so, but you go in, you can scan it. Am I talking okay?
You're talking. Well, it's a little low for some reason, but okay.
Well, let me raise my chair. No, only kidding.
No, but so it's not a complicated job.
No, we see those all the time. You got to basically go through the testing on a vehicle.
Chris.
Yeah. Hey, Tom.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, Tom, I was on YouTube and I saw that old clip with you and Alan Berg. Man, you were such a young guy with that long hair.
I was crazy. That was in the early 80s, yeah. So so I didn't know they had a clip of me on there with Alan, but that's pretty cool. I got to look for it.
He hosted a show. It was like a morning show. And
was it a TV? Was it a TV show or a radio?
Channel 4.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep, I remember that.
And you were in some control room, and Alan was talking to you, calling you the hottest thing in town. He's like, "You're going to go national." So where were you when you heard about Alan? Were you?
I was. Yeah, no, I was at home, and then of course, I came into the station. We all did. We all met down at the station, and it was terrible. It was terrible. We couldn't believe it. And back then there weren't a lot of assassinations. There weren't a lot of. I mean, you didn't see a lot of that.
What was it? Skinheads, right?
White supremacists, they call themselves. Yes. Anyway, hold on one sec, though. I want to come right back to you, Chris. You want to buy a fifth wheel. Hold on. Tom says he knows the answer for line 1. He had the same light. Go ahead, Tom. Tom, are you there?
This is Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Oh, I have you locked in. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me just do this. Tom, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what about that vehicle stability control?
Yeah, I thought it was a vehicle skid control. I had it on my RX 300.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
I was down here in the Springs, and I took it over to the guys at Honest Accurate. They do all my work anyway.
Yeah, they're good people.
And when that on, it's just some kind of a sensor in that in the brake system. I've got 140,000 miles. Nothing to worry about until the next major service.
What did it cost you?
Oh, those guys checked the light for me for free because I was doing an oil change.
Oh, but so you haven't had
to dig into it a little more. It would have been like $120, I think it was.
Did you?
It wasn't much.
So you didn't get it fixed yet?
I'll do it next change.
Okay.
And he also said when that comes on, you'll also get a reading of a CO sensor also.
You mean, I don't think they're related, though, are they? No, I think that's coincidental. Okay, Chris, back to you. Are you looking for a fifth wheel, bro?
Yeah, like a fifth wheel. I'm not sure, like, kind of what size. I'm just kind of tired of paying, like, apartment rent, like, moving. I know that, rent. In some of these parks, it's just, like, around $500 a month.
A lot of people, Chris, I was thinking about this the other day. A lot of people young people are doing that. It's crazy. They are. And a lot of these RV parks now are finding permanent renters. I don't know if they allow it. Let's put it this way. I don't know if they allow it up in Breckenridge, but they have Tiger Run up there, an RV park. And, man, that would be the cheapest way to live in Breckenridge.
Well, they have a
No,
monthly
man.
one. Off
Oh,
of
those
Sheridan.
lots are big dollars.
No.
For what you get, man, they are totally overpriced.
No. I'm talking about if you had a camper and lived up there in one of those smaller lots, you don't think that would be more cost effective?
Those lots are about $250,000, man.
If you buy it. But can't you rent?
Tiger runs about $130 a day.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong.
Now, during the winter, if you go a month at a time, it's quite a bit cheaper, but, you know, that's the winter.
So anyway,
you know that RV park that's off of Hamden and right by River Point, like Sheridan and Hamden?
No, I'm not. Starlight or something. You know, there's one.
Yeah.
We got to do something about Al's mic. Either you have to pull it closer and put it down. I don't know if it's you or if it's the mic or if it's Shannon. My bet it's Shannon, but
It could be my accent.
Okay, so hold on, Chris. If you are looking though for a fifth wheel, Century RV, I swear to you, they have some deals. They're crazy deals, really.
They've got Cougars, man. They're the largest seller of the Cougar fifth wheels in the nation, and they are cheap.
Now they have brand new units. Now, you may not want to spend it in the 20s, but, I mean, we're talking about new units. Let me just bring up their sheet here somewhere.
Well, I was going to ask you, Tom, what's the benefit of buying new overused? I know some parts have like a year requirement.
There's no real benefit. There isn't. If you can find a good used unit and it's priced right, absolutely no problem. No problem. And they do have used at our Century RV. I don't know if they're up. If you ever saw, if you go north on I-25, the 119 turnoff to Longmont, but they also have one out just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. And that's an indoor showroom. But Mark, do they have used out there in Lakewood or only new? Do you know?
I don't know there. I know up on off of 25, they definitely have used everywhere.
Or you just call them, 303-453-1111. But here's some general advice, okay? Here's some general advice. I wouldn't buy them to anything over 10 years old because there's too many advancements in RVs. I would buy one that you don't have to winterize. It's well worth it to have the insulated package. That's really just because even those who have the best intentions to winterize, it really complicates things, especially with you if you're going to live there. The next thing is you want to make sure that you have to look at the frame. If it was down south or in a lot, they travel, so you have to make sure there's no corrosion. That's another important thing. The rest of it's just cosmetic. Go ahead, Al.
The service department. You're talking about those guys. They have a service department.
That's important.
And places that are selling that don't have service departments, it really makes a difference when you got a place that's got to say, hey, we're going to make sure everything works, and they have the ability to fix it.
Right. And you can't just pull into any garage or any service bay with those things. And especially when it comes to, you got the chassis, which is one thing, wheel bearings and brakes, and then you have the actual house part of it. So, I don't know, Century would be my choice. 303-713-8255.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Just getting word of a crash on the south end of town, eastbound.
My neighbor's got one of those ones, it's got like a little patio and a glass door off the other thing, fireplace. Yeah, but I still live in it.
The living room light up when they do the double. It's bigger than this room. They're so big.
There's double deckers now.
Well, the one that's here, this Art of Granite, is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Yeah, because I do them all the time.
The nicest one I ever saw was it was either Jason Mraz or
is with you every
who's a black action guy. He did God, he's good too. Will Smith. Will Smith's got this thing that's towed by semi truck, and when it pops, it goes up 2 or 3 stories and then out 3 or 4 stories. When he's on like a movie set.
Either you were stupid.
He's got a house.
Did drink.
Oh, it's bigger. It's way bigger.
Oh my God, I never saw myself this Allenberg thing. Holy shit.
Where did he find it? Did he email it?
Look at this. No, I just went on YouTube.
Yes, it's a criminal.
Alan and I got along really well. We were
Oh my God, that is old school.
629.
Holy shit.
LazzaraLegal.com.
Look at Tommy.
Lazzara.
Oh, is that the 70s?
Look at that
I hope you're never in trouble. I hope you don't need it.
That's you, baby. Look at the Browns, baby. You got it covered there, man. You're just the full deal.
Send me a link to that.
Look at that equipment. I know it looked like we were submarine.
Yeah, look at him, man. He's hairy.
That dude got shot and killed, right?
Yeah, he sure did. Where was this? This channel?
It was KOA TV.
KOA TV.
I'm feeling like I've lost about 4 hours of every day. I decided I need to find help.
What did he have on KOA TV? Did he do a radio show and TV?
No, this was a TV show that Roger Ogden tried with him for a few
Warning, this product contains nicotine.
about a year maybe. It was a morning show we tried.
Just didn't work out well.
It was actually pretty good. There was a reason we didn't do it. I think we separated it. You know, KOA.
Oh, the radio and the TV.
I stayed with both, thank God, you know, but it was separated.
God, look at that equipment, man. That looks like some kind of old power plant. That's wacky. What year are you? 82.
This is 82. Jesus Christ.
Geez, Alan Berger was like a gorilla.
I know, man. I told you, isn't that wild?
Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money.
That's probably the worst haircut I've ever
Taxes derail your
I'm not
retirement. Call 720-488-8664
That is crazy.
or online, Your Money, Your Retirement.
I like that one. The one with the bridge is even older than that.
Yes, it is.
Do you have anything older than that, or that's about it? Huh?
Well, yeah, I have it in my private stash, but not.
You should bring in the oldest so we can change it.
I mean, I have shit from 70.
He's sitting, we have this one video somewhere, he's sitting in front of this bridge that collapsed, man. People were literally driving off the bridge and dying.
Oh.
And he was out there doing it.
What? Why didn't they put a sign up, Bruce?
No, it was foggy. It was all the emergency people were out there. It was terrible.
They were like literally like this. These in Bakersfield, that's where they have the Tule fog, and they have 50-car pileups all the time in the wintertime.
Mark, 18th and 19th at the Denver Market.
Art of Granite is the place where you'll find Mitch Floria and his crew doing beautiful countertops and cabinets. Here's what I love about him. You get wholesale granite or any stone. He's a direct stone importer. Even if he doesn't have it in stock, you buy it wholesale on his account. No markup on materials. Now, with cabinets, there's a small markup. And then he does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. He also does the tear out and haul away free, but here's the most important thing. He'll give you prices on the phone. He is so confident in his prices, he only charges for fabrication and installation. He'll give you a price on the phone because you just give him some square footage, maybe a photo. So call him. Artofgranite.net's the website, or call for your price. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. Artofgranite.net.
What was your first TV appearance that you recall?
1980. No. It was when I got here from.
No, that bridge one was
first ever. Oh, it was 1975.
What was it?
It was a tank an oil tank that came off it was a suspended that fell, and I did both photography.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We ought to post that link that the guy brought up with me on the Alan Berg show. Alan Berg was doing a TV show at the time, 1982.
What happened to your hair?
I don't know. Age happened to my hair. It was fun. Okay, what's going on with Ken and his Honda? Hi, Ken. I'm Tom Martino. What's happening?
Yes, thanks for taking my call. I have a almost year-old Civic 2018. Got 41,000 miles. 4,100 miles. I don't put a lot of miles on it.
Heck no, you don't.
it called for a oil change. You know, it's all automatic.
Now, by the way, guys, you do oil changes even if you don't have miles, if you have years, right?
Oh, most definitely.
So what would you do? What's the if and or or?
Every 4,000 miles, or probably every 4 months, or about 6,000 to 7,000 miles.
Okay, 4 months? Not 4 months.
I do mine every 4 months.
Oh, come on. That's way too often, I think. No? Like, okay, what do you say, Al?
His car's probably full synthetic.
But what would you do, Al, in time? If you're just,
it's 5,000 or 10 months if it doesn't get the mileage.
Because I'd say maybe twice a year or one, but I don't know. Who knows?
The problem with oil is the moisture that gets into it.
Okay.
That's what breaks down oil. You have water and fuel that's being burned.
Even full synthetic?
The full synthetic, everything breaks down.
Synthetic, that's what I'm using.
Yeah, and those work real good. It's one of the things we've talked about so often on the show. It's like the minimal thing you can do in your car to extend the life of it, oil. And
I just got a message here that there's a threat at Chaparral High School. Look that up, Mark.
You got to be kidding me.
That the perimeter has been secured. Chaparral High School. I don't know.
That's in Parker, isn't it, Tom?
Yes, Chaparral.
Didn't they all have their last day yesterday? Adeline had hers at Pondo.
Seniors.
Here's the thing. Listen, I'm not saying I don't know what it is. It may be, they do it now just for precautionary reasons. So I don't want people jumping to conclusions. But
I don't see anything local news-wise.
Okay, I'll tell you why, because this is a parental alert. So that's why, and maybe I shouldn't have said it. Well, I don't know. It's not confidential. It's my text. I can say it if I want. So anyway, Chaparral. 303-713-TALK. Now, so we go back to Ken.
They can't understand. I thought I would get more than 4,000 miles on an oil change.
Well, you should, in my opinion. I mean, is the car telling you?
Well, it's all. It just tells you on the car. You're 80%. You're 60%.
Yeah, but you can reset that, man. That's not a big deal.
Maybe they didn't.
But I wouldn't want the experts to kind of tell me.
Ken, maybe they did not reset it.
On oil change.
Maybe they didn't reset it, Ken.
No. This was a brand new car, and I was monitoring it. And
did you look in your manual? Did you look in your owner's manual? What does it say?
Yes, I even called the factory. They could not tell me an answer. They said
the manual does. It'll tell you right there, frequency of oil change, right in your manual.
No, it does not. Not on the Honda Civic.
Oh, come on.
I even called the California
Okay, I'm going to
people.
bet you. How much you want to bet? Let's do a friendly bet. Chocolate chip cookies. Alaramas, I find it impossible to believe that on a 2018 Honda Civic, there is no interval suggested for oil. Absolutely there is.
For Honda for years. I was a Honda.
And I'll bet you it says 7,500 miles or more often. If it's full synthetic, it might say 10,000 miles.
Yeah, 75, I think a Honda's going to make the recommendation.
All right, 7,500 or sooner if you're in dusty conditions
or severe weather.
So many of the manufacturers now are actually recommending your first oil change at 1,000 miles, the break-in period.
Okay.
My 2018 Tahoe required 1,000 miles because of the break-in oil they are requiring.
I'd like anyone with a Honda, or maybe we even call a Honda dealer.
I'll bring up the data.
Let's bring up the data, because, Ken, it does tell you in your owner's manual. He says he could find the information nowhere. Is it right? I mean, I don't think so. Mary, what's happening with you, Mary? Welcome.
Hi.
What's going on?
Well, my husband and I purchased a 2013 Toyota Tacoma with 38,000 miles from Dodge Ram on Arapahoe.
From Dodge Ram on Arapahoe. Is it an AutoNation?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's in Centennial. So
Right.
we live in the Springs, but yeah, I believe it's in
38,000 miles, and what's
Correct.
going on?
Well, it had some minor body damage, and my
Wait.
husband wanted to just...
You knew it had it when you bought it, in other words.
Yes, it had like a dent in
Gotcha.
the
I gotcha.
tailgate, et cetera.
All right.
It was minor, okay, but my husband wants it to be perfect.
Got it.
So he took it to Caliber
Mhm.
Collision down here, which they have a very, very good reputation.
And what happened?
And they put it up on the jacks and found out that the frame is bent. And it's going to cost us...
Was it in a major wreck?
Well, the Carfax didn't show it.
Here's the problem. Let me tell you what the problem's going to be. The problem will.
Tell me, but go ahead.
No, I want to tell you that if they knew about damage, and kept it from you, that's one thing. But they may have not known about it.
Well, it's kind of weird too because you could see it visibly on the vehicle. So I mean, everybody knew the damage was there. They just didn't say the extent, maybe.
Yeah, because like my husband said, because they did $2,000 worth of repairs.
Oh. What did you talk to AutoNation before you? Wait. Who did $2,000 worth of repairs?
AutoNation did before we even.
What did they do? What did they do?
They repaired a tail light. They did some other minor stuff.
Not for $2,000. They didn't.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Well, who told you?
Work in front of me.
Who told you it was $2,000 in repairs?
They did.
So they said, "Hey, we took this car in and did extensive repairs."
Yeah, and I do have a list. I just don't have it.
Are you saying, Mary, that they knew this had been in a severe wreck and did not mention it?
Don't know. They
did you ask them?
We asked about the tailgate. You know, why the dings were in the tailgate, and our salesman told us that. Oh, the guy was old. He was from Grand Junction, and he backed into a fence.
Listen. Is it possible, guys, that, and Nick, you've been in auto body, is it possible to have a bent frame without collision?
No, I don't see how that can happen. I mean, you got to have a collision.
If they had a collision, then why was the other cosmetic stuff not shown? Like the other damage. What happened to the other damage on the truck? It was fixed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, was it fixed? You see, Carfax showed nothing, you're saying. Did you pull the Carfax or did AutoNation?
They did.
Did you ever pull one after that?
We did not.
Will you do it? Please.
Sure. I sure will.
Because I will tell you, I'm not saying this happened, but oh my goodness, if they altered a Carfax, you have them dead to right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying they did, but what I need you to do is pull a Carfax on that to see what shows.
I will.
And then here's the deal. If it was me, I don't know what I'd do. I mean, you bought it as is. However, that doesn't mean they should cover up any major stuff.
Right.
But you bought it as is. I would take my shot. First of all, if the Carfax doesn't show it, then okay. Then they didn't do anything intentional that we know of. So what I would do is go to small claims court and sue. I would sue for the damages, saying, look, this was not minor, this was major.
Right.
That's what I would do. So give Mary some callback numbers, Suzanne. I want her to check the Carfax. That's very important. Listen, we had a case one time. The guy's name was Brandon, and he went and checked a Carfax after he bought the vehicle, and the Carfax was different than the one the dealer supplied to him. This wasn't AutoNation at the time, but it was a different Carfax, and you could see where they took out certain things and then just copied it or did something. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Russ Kaminsky Mornings, Sean Hannity.
She hasn't heard me.
This report is sponsored.
When you drive a car over, like,
well, I know I didn't get this.
I know
I didn't get this by mistake.
But I mean, even if you jack the car up,
There, it's at that ramp back up to Quebec.
as if you didn't run off the road or something. Exactly.
Maybe hard.
That would
bottom down.
That would be quite hard, man. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to build them frames. I think.
Really? Oh, they're pretty front, yeah. You'll bend suspension members first. The twisting frame is collision.
K&H, right?
Showers early and mostly cloudy overnight, a low around 30.
20 seconds to K&H.
Cloudy and 45. Traffic and weather, 90 cloudy. 630 KHOW.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit rocketmortgage.com. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 3030.
Let's talk about K&H. Say goodbye. Well, I wish we could say goodbye to where this damn stuff's just hanging on, huh? But anyway, K&H is going to have a spring sale anyway. Spring Sign and Save. Sign and Save Spring Sale. And listen to this. Here's what you get. 25% off your entire purchase of windows, doors, and siding. Now, as if that's not enough, but 25% is a great deal, okay? I just don't want to overshadow that. But in addition to that, whatever you do with windows, they will upgrade to triple pane. That's a lot of pane in the glass. I like that. Anyway, you can call them directly to find out more at 421-7100, 303-421-7100, or better yet, make your own no-obligation in-home visit, and you do it at khwindows.com. I love making my own appointments. I do. I've done it all these past 2 weeks with my guys on the referral list, and it's been great. khwindows.com. You get the triple pane efficiency, savings on energy bills in the summer and winter.
I've been a military family, and that's why it's important to me to remind veterans that it's time to take advantage
On
of
that
the
Civic
VA
7,500-mile recommendation for oil change, or 6 months, whichever comes first.
for your service, and want to see that you receive the greatest savings.
I still do mine for.
So it did
I don't
come
care
up.
what anybody says. Cheapest stuff you can put inside a car is fluid. Why everybody's so resistant to change fluids? Is
I
weird.
need to get the most out of my $50.
It's like get another month.
Yeah. Have you priced an engine lately?
I mean, I run a Duramax. I'm over a case of oil worse than that trip. And I changed my oil religiously at 5,000.
Well, that motor's gonna look like something completely different than one sitting next to it at 200,000 miles. That's the difference. You know, everything, the fuel, the location, everything's gonna look different. It's just a different deal. But it's like,
You know, one Chevy. Well, I sold to my son, and he's sitting close to 340,000 miles on it.
I wonder if so much of it where people feel that they want to beat the system. I want an edge on the system. And what are you actually winning?
Like I said, like 340,000 miles on a 5.3, man.
Wasn't there a big thing going back like 5 years ago about all the places saying, no, you don't need to do it every 3 months?
Oh yeah, they were pushing that.
Well, that was really started by GM years ago. They were the ones that were pushing this longer and longer maintenance schedule. You know, they actually used it as a sales kick. Yeah. And, you know, it got it into people's heads.
Get it back here, buy a new one quicker. Have you seen a car that's been all synthetic and all just regular oil? Can you tell if you rebuild it?
Yes.
I mean,
Usually when you pull up the outdoors, like the biggest telltale, and the ones that I've ever seen, is that they're much cleaner. You don't have as much of what builds up as the residue. From the full synthetic. Full synthetic is a superior product. There's no doubt about
I
it.
wonder if they'll come up with one that lasts forever. No breakdown.
well, they say,
You can't, but thermodynamics. That's like
water,
yeah.
you're going to do filter. You got to.
Well, and that's also one of the bigger things with the long-term oil service intervals. The filters themselves break down. Most of those especially the customer who goes and buys the $2.99 flam, which is a paper element.
Right. That's right. I told you, one of the biggest examples, we had a customer that it was a 16 BMW. It was in his first year of ownership, and he literally had drove 12,000 miles. And when we pulled the cartridge filters,
Mark, you have to see beyond the first few minutes of this. They bring up some of my old TV reports.
Do I have the links? Send me the link.
I was like, did you really gain by starving your motor from oil? You have variable cam timing on that car. You've got, it was a beautiful car, $100,000 car. Well, I got 12,000 miles out of my own thing. Boy, did I beat the system.
There was somebody had threatened to shoot up the senior assembly, but nothing happened. They already have the senior assembly that's already over.
You know, when somebody's diagnosed with cancer, oh my God.
Do you have a child there?
No, I got a friend whose kid goes there, so I just reached out to her.
What do I do? Call this number and ask any question you want. 720-730-9720.
So my daughter had her last day at Legend yesterday.
Do you see where they had that for that guy, the hero over there? They had that vigil for him, and then you got the Democrats going up there and trying to make a political statement.
Yeah.
And the kids walked out.
Did you hear what the kids were chanting? Mental health. They were just talking about gun control and everything else. The media didn't talk about it. The kids were rejecting that and talking about mental health.
Hi, Tom Martino here, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors, if you're looking for Home improvements the right way. And you never have to worry about honesty and integrity here. You got it from day one, from the first encounter all the way through to the end. Mark Szymanski, 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com for everything inside and out, home improvements, basements, kitchens, baths, decks, siding, windows. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, so listen, what do you do with a wreck? What do you do with a wreck? You know, they don't really have to tell you about them. They can't lie to you about them, but they don't have to tell you. People don't understand that. Be careful. Be careful. It's car day today, but we're talking anything you want. All you have to do is call, and I always let you know when lines are open, and lines are open right now. 303-713-TALK. B wants to sell. It's unusual. Bia's an unusual name. We have two of them today. Okay, Bia, you need advice on selling a rental property. Is that right?
I do.
Okay. Well,
my question is, my husband is 61. I'm 51. He's fixing to retire soon. What I wanted to do is I wanted to pull the equity out of one of the houses, pay our home off, and then turn around and sell that house that we took the equity from. But I don't know what I would have to pay in taxes, or is there a way?
Yes, there are special rules. In other words, B, what they want to prevent, a lot of people, what they do is they take loans out on homes believing that it raises their basis. So when they go to sell it, they think after paying off the loan, they only have to count the amount left over for tax reasons. And that's not the way it is. The way it is this. That rental home has a basis. No matter what it is, that basis stays the same, even if you take a loan out against it. So theoretically, let's put it this way. Let's say you bought the house. I'm going to use very easy numbers, just for numbers. $100,000 you bought the house. You put in $25,000 in permanent improvements. It's $125,000, okay? Now let's say you've depreciated it over time, and your depreciated on your taxes brought it down to $80,000, all right? So you actually have $80,000 basis, but you have a $125,000 in acquisition and everything, you know. But your basis is now 80 because you've depreciated it. When you go to sell it, anything you make above 80 is going to be your profit. You know, after anything above 80 and commissions, etc. You will have a profit there, and because it is a commercial property, it's going to be a long-term capital gain, and that'll be about 20% tax. So what you have to do is calculate based on your basis. It doesn't matter if you take a loan out against it. So, I mean, you can take a loan. You can't, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you will still have to calculate profit from the basis. So what is your house, your rental worth right now?
About $225.
And what do you owe on it?
About $25,000.
Okay, so what do you? If you sell it, why don't you just sell it, pay the tax, and put that money on your house? Why take a loan out? I don't understand the logic in taking out the loan. It's extra cost.
Just what I thought. Just what you told me. I thought I could only if I took out a $225,000 loan, and I sold the house for let's say $250. I thought I would only have to pay taxes. Well, I didn't think. I wanted advice on that, and you answered my question.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of the call.
But make sure that you calculate your basis properly. For example, did you depreciate the property?
What's that?
Did you depreciate the property over time?
Yeah, we've been depreciating it now for about 8 years.
Oh, do you know how much? Did you take rapid depreciation, accelerated depreciation? Do you know? It's going to be over 28 and a half years.
No,
that's not accelerated, and I don't think they do accelerate it anymore on rentals. But your tax guy or girl will know exactly what your basis is, and that's what you're going to have to figure it on.
Okay.
But
I need to find out the basis then.
Now you could always trade, you know. Did you know that? Right? You could trade.
No, I don't even know what that is.
Okay. You can do a tax-free exchange, meaning, but if you want to keep a rental, you can do that, and then take a loan out on the new rental. If you exchange into a new property, of equal or greater value, you can defer the tax. Then you can take a loan out on that new one, put it against your house, pay off your house, but you still will pay tax eventually when you sell it. There is a way to prevent it. Now, do you love the home you're in?
No.
Okay.
I'm not attached to it.
Here's what you could do. You could rent. And now listen. This is really good advice for some people. You could do a tax-free exchange from this rental into a really nice house. Okay? You buy a house way more expensive, and you defer it. Now, the new house must be a rental, so you must rent it out for a period of time. Okay? But then you sell the house you're in, and then you don't have tax on that money, and then you go and move into this new house and stay there for at least 2 years, and it becomes your primary residence, and you no longer pay tax on it.
Sweet. And you know what? That's good advice. Thank you.
And you may want to check with your accountant to make sure I dotted the I's and crossed the T's, but I've done it before where I've converted properties to primary residence. You can do that. There's no law against it, but you have to be in it 2 of the last 5 years when you go to sell it. So, you see, if you sell it after 2 years, you were there 2 out of the past 5. In fact, there are some contract fix and flippers who never pay tax. What they do is they move into a home, they fix it up, they live in it for 2 years and sell it. They have tax-free income. 303-713-8255. Tom, what's going on?
Tommaso, how are you?
Good, man. What's happening?
Hey, I'm wondering about rebuilt titles or salvage titles.
Right.
I'm kind of looking at maybe a 5 Series Beamer or a late model pickup truck, and I keep the cars for a long time if I like them. But I'm just wondering what the boys think.
You know what? I want to weigh in on that because there is a whole market for that. Hold on, all right? We'll talk about it.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
There's a couple of big backups in town on the south end. It looks like it.
Whoa. Friday at $42 per share.
They drop it?
Stockers down 1%.
How much does that have to do with the driver's sale?
Uber.
You know what I found funny is how
There was a little strike. The only reason they were doing it was because it was going public.
when I went to Vegas, you go catch an Uber there, you can't go on any other drives. You have to go out to the parking structure up to the 3rd floor.
Oh, you mean just the airport?
At the airport to catch an Uber
I'm so
or a
used
Lyft. Yeah, so you go to so you have all the drives.
At our airport?
No. No, this is in Vegas, McCarran. So you have your pickups, you have your vans, your taxis, everything. You got to go across all that, go across the hall, catch an elevator, and go out to a parking structure.
Yeah.
You got a left?
Dirt cheap, though.
Fix It 24/7. They have a $39 AC checkup and clean that is astounding. And I mean, when I say checkup, they don't just look it over. They go through that system to the extent they can, take it apart, and they make sure it's all perfect running condition, and they do it all for $39. If there's any major repairs, of course, you will get a full, complete estimate, but they go through and they take care of this, and they put it in like pristine condition. 720-526-3939, just $39.
You'll do it right and do it yourself. It's half on your turn. Say.
And when we went to London, I went to go catch one there, and they don't have staging areas. When you request an Uber or a Lyft, they say driver will be within 40 minutes outside of the area. And I talked to the guy, and I was like, why don't you guys have us? He goes, they won't let us stage at the airport in Heathrow or in City Airport in London. And I said, well, are they not? He goes, well, Lyft doesn't even offer service here. It's only Uber, and the taxi drivers over there are like
Lyft is almost just U.S.
Yeah. Well, no, but they haven't in Paris.
Lyft?
We were in Paris. Yeah, we got Lyft.
Your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room.
In Vegas, when we go, if we're there for 4 or 5 days, we'll get the Uber Pass. So you spend $25 for the pass for the week, Actually, the pass
I
is
didn't
good
even
for
know.
a month.
Are you serious? I
Yeah.
didn't know that was available.
Yeah, but then you save, I think it's 40% on everything.
Every ride?
So
That's
most
not-
rides are about.
I do a lot of, when I go
3-4
for like the SEMA show, I am constantly catching a ride. It is nonstop.
Yeah, we probably use Uber probably 20 times average trip a day.
Jeff, you go to SEMA show? Have you
Never been.
That stadium's coming out quick, man.
Telling you what?
It's crazy. It looks like
That's a great event.
it looks like big, not Lincoln Logs, but those other things, man. No, what are those things? The metal ones. It looks like they deliver everything. Erector set. Looks like they deliver everything, and then they just put it together.
Together, exactly.
It's like a big steel building.
Panels, exactly. They build the skeleton, which is the frame of the I-beam, which they've done, and then now they attach all the facades, basically.
Yeah, we saw
It's
it.
kind of like Dan first announced the facade.
So that's always the problem, because it interferes with my hunting seasons.
Dang it, man. It's perfect for me. It's Halloween, and I fit right in.
Ugh. It's after Halloween this year, November 5 to 8.
Wow.
How many people ended up there, by the way, on the Littleton one?
About 25.
That's not bad.
It wasn't a bad turnout. No. Do you see, I mean, when you guys do some of these seminars, do you see attendance and stuff, or is it really 15, 20 people that will show up?
Where?
At any seminar, when you do...
It depends, man. It really depends. We've had 100, and we've had 15.
It's just, how do you put a finger on it?
A lot of times there's a shitload of sign-ups.
Become the
but then they
banker,
don't pop.
we usually are consistent with a really good turnout.
Really? Okay.
The stem cells are either really big or medium.
It really depends on when, where, and how.
And how often they do them. If they do them weekly, fine.
Yeah, I think that's what they say. You have to get a consistency, and then people say, oh, I'm going to tell my friend, and then bring my friend.
And I want to know, like, for your kind of business, does it create new customers?
It does.
Oh, good, man. That's good.
People do come back in because they get to see stuff, and they're like, oh, you know, I didn't even think of
See,
that.
I'll tell you where it's worked
And you
for us
make
with
them.
automobile, is when they do a clinic and then offer a service like we'll rotate your tires. Oh, my God, they line up. Yeah.
Pardon me, remember Matthew from the other day with the mental issues for SSDI? We need an SSDI attorney. Ben Nanelli's going to come on at the top of the hour for that.
Okay, do you remember
Yeah, like, I think he has to wait 45 days for a decision, and you wanted to talk about SSDI and what mental
Oh,
disabilities
that's right,
fall
right.
under
That's right.
SSDI.
This really, because you can't keep a job. Right, got it.
Packs we can put on your
Thank
battery.
you, dear.
We gave away those. Napa provided all of those. We got
If
free
you want to
DG
legally
products.
use some
We got
square
tool
footage,
bags, jumper cables. All the vendors gave us tons of stuff. You know, gloves, some of the work gloves and stuff like, you know, just nice stuff, you know. We gave a ton of it away.
that have worn out, they can do all of it. Beautiful work. You can find out by looking at
I like you in the sombrero.
I did some crazy shit.
I use every one of them.
I want to listen to that because we can't listen up here, but I'm curious what the hell. Why are you wearing a sombrero? I will. I gotta steal it. Oh, you did. A taste test on tacos. Who won? Do you remember? You mean like Taco Bell style?
I used to do all that. I used to do so much creative shit.
I love like
I did
their
really good stuff.
the power steering fluid is fully synthetic.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so listen, Tom, I want to address this topic. It's a great topic. Salvage titles, because normally we say, oh, no, don't get a salvage vehicle, don't do this, don't do that, but I want to say something about it. Do you know, we never say don't buy a fix and flip. Of course, some fix and flips you should stay away from because they take a bad foundation, they put putty over the foundation and cover it all up. But you know what? There are some really good builders. You can actually find salvage vehicles that are great. Right? You can. And this is, right, Al, isn't it funny? We all say, oh, no. But, you know, I'll bet you what, your son could take a salvage vehicle and make himself a hot rod or a great street car.
Yes, all the time. And here's the thing. We get those cars. We get the cars that go off the road, take out suspension. The insurance company comes by and says, we're going to condemn this car. It's done. We're going to have it towed away. Those are the cars that these guys get a salvage title on, and you can fix suspension. The car is perfect,
now,
really perfect.
But here's what I say. Did you hang up, Tom? I think he got disconnected. Dang. Okay, but it doesn't matter because here's what we can do. We can talk about this in general because it's a good topic. It's an easy way to own an exotic or a wannabe car, a wannabe, like a poser. Now, I don't mean that as an insult. What I mean is this. I wouldn't do it with a normal car, a normal car. But if you want like a hot Japanese car, really top end, and you can't afford it, there's nothing wrong if it's done correctly. If you want a Ferrari, you will never find a better way to own a Ferrari because they won't touch them with a salvage vehicle, except here's the secret people don't know. If you go and get a salvage Ferrari and fix it, you can fix it for pennies, okay? I mean pennies compared to buying one. And you have a beautiful car because they can be fixed. It's just that purists will never touch them. However, there's a great market even if you want to sell it to other posers. I know that sounds like I'm insulting people, but I'm not. There is a market for posers. There is a market for it. But you won't sell it to a purist. Don't try. You say, hey, you know what? I don't make $1 million a year. I want to own a Ferrari. I want to own it. You can do it. You can do that with exotic cars. You can do that with really high-end cars. You see what I'm saying, right, Al?
I do. I agree with you.
But they have to be done right.
But here's that, like, for instance, the Audi A5, you know, very amazing car, turbocharged. That's an $80,000, $100,000 car.
Right.
Those cars get ran off roads, fenders get taken out, and all of a sudden they're salvaged. You get that car for maybe a third of its value, and then you go put, you know, $6,000 in.
Exactly.
You get an amazing car.
Yes, you do. The car is still amazing. It's just that it has that stigma. Now, I think when people try to do this and trick people and be a regular car, you're just fooling yourself. But if you know what you have and you don't care, who cares? Just like kit cars. In fact, I'd rather have a salvage car than a kit car. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, because there are people that'll buy all of these exotic kits and put them on a Chevy or something. I'm not dissing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not dissing a Chevy.
The quality level is not.
No, you'll never get the finish and trim. You will never get the quality of ride. But I would much rather have one that has been rebuilt from salvage the right way, iCar standards, et cetera, et cetera.
I agree. And to your point, here's what we have seen, and I've been in the auto business for a long time. The body shop rates and the cost to do body work has gone up so high that what used to be fixed by insurance, we're blown away, Tom.
See,
honest to God, watch cars get driven onto the back of a flatbed car. Good, they're drivable.
Now, what I get the message Al has made, and the point he's made 3 different times now. Here's the message he's saying: not all salvage cars mean complete wrecks. It's salvage because they don't want to fix it. And it could be perfectly fine. Now, there are some salvage vehicles you wouldn't want to attempt, you know, like crumbled up messes. Obviously, you know, they have to be recycled and crushed. But there are some, especially the more expensive and the more exotic you get, the better deal you get for salvage. It's just incredible. But I think a lot of builders now, and I think a lot of dealers, these exotic, you know, B dealers, I think they know that now. I think they are holding prices a little higher than usual because they know that there will always be posers, there will always be wannabes who will have a market for this. But trust me when I tell you, it's not a bad way to own one of those vehicles, especially if you don't want to sell it. You just want to keep one. Oh, my goodness. You just have a ball with it.
You'd be surprised how many cars get totaled from hell. I mean, they'll just drive them away.
You're absolutely
totally
right.
Totaled.
You're right. And man, there's nothing worse than a purist and a dented car. Chad has a comment. Go ahead, Chad. Chad.
Hey, hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can, sir. I can hear you.
That is awesome. So there is a dealer that started in Utah called AutoSource.
Yeah.
And they're now in Colorado Springs and then up like near Longmont. And all they do is buy salvage and rebuild them and do an amazing job.
So they see what? They have cashed in on those people that want to save money, and they don't have a snob, you know, a snub nose or a stick up their butt. They don't care. Hey, it's salvaged. At least I got it for a great deal as long as it's done the right way. More coming up.
How did Alan spell his name?
B-A-L-A-N-B-E-R-G.
No, believe right? What does Mark salvage? It can't come off.
It's done. Yeah, you have to permanently tag the car on the inside of the door frame.
Yes, I did that by 57.
Yeah.
So then it's like every time you sold it, you're supposed to fill out an affidavit that says what was out the door.
We had a Subaru just recently, and a guy got ran off the road, and he took out suspension, and it was ours was going to be almost 11 grand. We had to do a subframe that holds the racket in there. It's expensive, those parts. And this was a 2016. They told it. I'm like, you can fix it. You go buy all those parts used, man, easily, and you can fix that car. You know,
You said B-E-R-G, right?
We had a Dodge truck, diesel, lifted up, one drive shaft came loose, took out the trans, took out the T-case, took out the floor pan. That was enough. They totaled it $22,000.
Wow. Seems the value of it there. But then I guess the insurance company will never pay you the value of it.
No, they will. If you insure it, I mean, you can't insure it for market because market's less. But you can do a stated value on a collector. You can just say it's a stated value if you're willing to pay the premium.
Which really shouldn't be any more than a regular car.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 iHeartRadio station.
The other downside of some of this, you got the guy who comes in with the salvaged Ferrari. I don't care that you only spent $30,000 on this car. The parts still cost what they cost.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. It's about, oh, it's only good. I didn't spend that much on a car.
Where do you even get parts for a Ferrari? From the Ferrari dealers or aftermarket?
Yeah, the dealer brings them in. There's on the East Coast or Wales in California that stock factory stuff, but a lot of stuff comes from Europe.
Do they have aftermarket shit or not?
They do. They're the home market for that, absolutely. It's all European aftermarket. Most of that's European aftermarket.
I've got one of my hunting buddies. He owns a shop out in California. That's all he does is exotic.
I had an anything to do with the repair or he does. I have a guy that body European and California. It's like, dude, how do you make money doing this? You wait.
How does he make money? His average ticket is almost $12,000.
Yes.
Really?
But here's his problem. It's just like what Mark just said. Half the stuff that you need to get the car, you can't buy a quarter pound for, one of the, what is it, the S22. He had an S22, those are the gold wing Mercedes. The quarter was gone, the whole side of the car. It's like, they don't have that. You have to get it from the factory. And it's like, it's a month to a month and a half out. I'm like, you're sitting on a car. Did you get paid? No. That the insurance company will cut you checks on some repairs, but when they start getting into those dollars, and that was a true story of that when it was a guy, a baseball player, he told me the story. He showed his car, loaned it to his girlfriend. She went downtown and was showing off gas that put into a fire hydrant. Took the fire hydrant out, took the side of the car, and the car filled with water.
Jesus. Do you know anyone who does custom glass? The guy has a '94 Saturn, and the whole back window is out, and he can't get them because there's no Saturns made, so they don't even offer it.
What do you look for?
So it's a '94 Saturn with the glass out in the back.
Yeah.
He wants to know if there's someone who does custom glass and
the rear window.
Yeah,
Glass all that stuff online.
we can tell them that all day long, right?
Car-parts.com.
Hard dash,
Yeah.
H-A-R-D.
Car-parts.com.
Car-parts.com.
Why would you go to our
Not car-dash?
Well, they don't do custom glass. I did try calling him.
What year is
they
it?
got an order. It's a '94 Saturn.
It's the SCS.
You mean, do I need to find out for sure?
Here you go. That's insider information right there.
Car-part.com.
Yeah, and he can choose how many miles to look.
Well, do you guys want me to put it on the show or you want me to kill it?
I'm just like the.
It's up to you.
What are we talking about?
The guy who needs custom glass.
Saturns. Boy, why did they go out of business? Why did they
This thing,
Saturns?
this thing,
You know what? They
every
were really
salvage yard.
They were popular for a
They
while.
want to be a part of this network.
I think they made like a camper SUV thing too, or something.
I think it has something to do with
And they can send out and pin their
And when they went
But you said there was a 97, 95,
basically reformed the company. They decided to get rid of the Saturn brand, and the judge stipulated that even though they were going to get rid of it, they still had to produce parts for it for the next 10 years. But yeah. Give it over
And you better get help. You need the law offices of Joseph A. Lazara. 303-429.
She said,
no.
Rear door window, rear window, the process. That's probably the whole
Do
thing.
we have, after Icon, do we have another budget?
This is not a time for blind lawyer shopping. Go with someone I know and trust.
So we have no more budgets, right? Budget A1.
Initial contact.
God, it's so weird KOA at a TV station.
Well, it was TV and radio.
I know.
We were together.
Just weird.
Didn't like my year.
Where was the studio?
that's a good point. And anybody can
1044
buy
right
it
where
now?
Channel 4 is.
Yeah, you give the phone number.
Channel 4 was KOA TV,
You can call Joseph.
and we had KOA radio and KOA TV. That's what it was called.
200. Find him on
And it was on 1044 Lincoln, and then we had 103 FM, the Fox. It wasn't the Fox.
Forward-looking tax mitigation
So we had an AM, an FM, and a TV station.
Come over. Look how goofy. Look how goofy this is. Come over here.
And when I first started, I worked for General Electric.
And it's not finding the glass. Oh, that's what it's got to do. Yeah.
Hey, can you tell Daphne that they didn't give me an icon? They gave me bread.
All of them can.
All of them bread.
They're all bread, yeah.
Tina noticed and
Daphne, you screwed up.
No, I mean, I just can't eat it.
You're fired as a stewardess.
I mean, I don't mind. I just have to take off the bread, and it's a waste. I don't get it.
It's a high fiber bread, though.
I just need a fork.
It's an
I don't care. I just need a fork and a knife. Daphne, are you hearing? I just need a fork and a knife. Look at this. Now.
Why wouldn't you just try the Jewel?
Oh, that is
And so I
good.
went out and I bought one.
Oh,
The idea of
here's the
going back,
mantra.
You look like Vinny.
I couldn't even imagine doing that.
Like
I don't
Cousin
think
Vinny.
anyone, including myself,
Wait till you see him in the
thought I could
sombreros.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch
Oh,
at UL.com. Warning, this product
No, me.
Video
of me.
Wait, here comes the horse.
Buyandbuild.net is going to be Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath very soon, but that means they're moving, and they have, you thought they had sales before, my goodness, they have incredible sales. We're talking about, okay, off their normal prices, up to half off, their normal prices are below wholesale, below big boxes, below everywhere, below any internet price. Yes, 4800 Washington Street, buyandbuild.net. In fact, I'm going there again to get cabinets for a garage because you go and try to buy garage cabinets, you can buy the best home cabinets for your garage. Buyandbuild.net.
630 KHOW has your shot at $1,000. Now, text the nationwide keyword talk.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It looks like a 1970s porn star.
That's good. You had the porn star mustache.
I look like an 80s porn star.
He was a porn star right before he got into the consumer side.
Oh, my. The one they submitted about getting a good
I
deal.
didn't know that.
There's many things you don't know.
He was in Debbie Does Dallas, the original.
Mr. Goodbye.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. This is Car Day. Let's get right to it.
However, you don't have to call about just cars. You can call about anything you want at 303-713-TALK. And remember this, 303-713-8255 gets you to the show, but you can call at any time, whether we're here or not, at 303-MARTINO, and you'll get to the right place. Leave a contact number. We'll always get back to you. If you need help, 303-MARTINO. Okay, Ron needs a back window for a 94 Saturn. Where do you guys like to go? Salvage or online somewhere? Where do you go?
Salvage on that stuff. Cause it's
Like
old.
Stadium?
Well, they're probably not going to have it because it's old stuff. So what you do is you go online.
Yeah.
I just found, what do you think, 100 of them, Dan?
Oh,
I got
really?
about 100
Ron,
of them.
did you go online?
Yeah. I did.
Ron.
Yes.
Did you go online?
Maybe I'm just not doing the search right.
I'm going to help them.
All right, we're going to help. What
people
did you
listen to this show because of the information.
What
right?
did you put in? Right.
Car-part, P-A-R-T.com.
And I'm going to email him the link. I pulled it up for him.
And anybody out there, if you're looking for something hard to find, what a great source.
Car-part.com. Matt called the other day, and it was weird. He's trying to get SSDI. That's Social Security Disability. Now, let me explain something. You don't have to be 65 to get Social Security Disability. There are people in their early 20s that have Social Security Disability. What is a Social Security Disability? Well, you know what? You see things where people who have a lot of handicaps can't get it for some reason. Then I, honest to God, read about a case online, saw the photos, I verified it was true. A guy that wore a onesie, and he wore a onesie and wanted to breastfeed because he considered himself a baby and he could not cope with reality, was ruled mentally incompetent, given Social Security Disability, so he sits home all day in a onesie sucking on a bottle and being breastfed by an older woman with this fake breast. I swear to you this is true story. So listen, it gets ridiculous. The point is you can never figure out when you're going to be granted disability or not. But I know this. In the past, of course, we've had people call and say, I can't get on, I can't get on. We have learned from sources that normally they will always turn you down the first time. Some attorneys say, go, get turned down, then come to me. Now, I'm going to go to Marco Bendinelli, the Bendinelli law firm, because Marco deals with this. He also does workers' comp and other stuff and personal injury, and he does medical malpractice. But I want to talk to him now about Social Security Disability. Marco, Social Security Disability, is it accurate to say most of the time, most people are turned down the first time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing good. It's almost like, Marco, they want to see if you're really serious, so they turn you down the first time.
Well, you know, and I heard you say on the air while I was listening that, you know, like lawyers will tell people to go and fill out the application, and once you get your denial letter, come back and see me. I mean, that's how routine it is.
Okay, now, here's what I want to know.
Okay.
There are people, though, that have mental disabilities, but I think they confuse mental disabilities with personality problems. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that's Matt, but Matt did mention that he had a problem keeping a job, and he had a problem this and that. And I was thinking, well, Matt, you know, it might be if you're now, and I don't mean this personally, I don't know, Matt. If you're a screw up, that doesn't mean you get disability just because you can't keep a job. But Matt, did you say you had a mental disability?
Yes, kind of like that.
What is it?
It's mostly kind of connected. It's mostly kind of connected.
Hold on, Marco. You're right. That Marco was saying there's got to be a specific diagnosis. So keep going, Matt, and we'll let Marco listen. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's mostly kind of, you know, like from the brain and all that. So, you know, I've been having this when I was when I was a child, and you know, I've been in special ed all my life, from elementary through high school.
What is your diagnosis? What did the doctor say to your mom that Matthew suffers from, or Matthew has this condition called?
The word they used, they thought it was learning disability.
But what kind? Like Matt, here's the main problem. Marco, am I correct or not? I have to ask this question: is it true, in order to get Social Security Disability, you have to be able to not hold any job?
Well, it depends on whether we're talking SSI or SSDI.
No, we're talking about disability only, SSDI.
Okay, that's the federal government. Okay, but yeah, you're right. You can't, you know, you have to not have the ability to maintain gainful employment.
Yeah. So, Matt, I can't believe that you can't dig ditches or you can't do something. You're saying there is not one job you can hold because of your mental disability.
Well, I do have a job lined up.
Well, that answers it right there. See, what is the job you have lined up, Matt?
Well, I'm going to be applying for substitute custodian at the Aurora Public Schools.
Okay. Do you think you can do that job?
I've been doing that almost. I was at the Global Village Academy, and I almost did that for like a year.
And what happened?
The reason why it wasn't my fault, this didn't have to do anything about my disability, because it was the contract and the budget cut.
Okay. I want to ask something, Matt, and please remember this. I've never met you before. I'm only asking as a fact-finding mission. And I want you to be totally honest for me. Are you hoping to get disability so you can sit back and enjoy life? Are you lazy?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Then why do you think you deserve disability if you can work?
See, it's been a while, because it was with my advocate when this all started, when I was with DVR, which is called Division Voc Rehab.
I understand, but I know what vocab is, vocational rehabilitation. But see, Matt, there's a difference between, listen to this, there's a difference between people who don't fit in properly and need extra help to total disability. Now, Marco, I'm going to let you take it over. Here's what I'd like from Marco. Marco, if he was a client coming in, how would you decide if you're going to fight for him or not?
Well, first of all, I mean, you know, you have to know the specific diagnosis. Is it bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD? You know, so you'd have to know that. You would have to have significant amount of medical records and diagnosis documented. That, you know, because you can get SSDI based on a mental disability, right? You know, I mean, it could be physical or mental, as long as that condition is preventing you from maintaining, you know, gainful employment.
But without a doctor's diagnosis, forget about it, Marco?
Well, yeah, exactly, Mark. I mean, you know, if you don't have the docs in your corner, if they're not willing to testify, or you don't have the reports that, you know, that document the level of disability to prevent gainful employment, you know, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It matters what the expert opinion is.
Okay, that's well put.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but from what you heard of him, you don't even want to venture a guess, because you really don't know, and neither do I, but it sounds to me like he can work.
It does. And you know what, though? Listen, I liked his candor. I liked your question, and I liked his candor. And I think maybe the guy is afraid. You know, he doesn't seem lazy. He's going to go track, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's afraid that if he can't do it, is there something like a safety net, you know, fail-safe measure?
Yeah.
You know, because he didn't sound lazy. So, you know, it seemed like he was willing to get up off his behind and get to work.
So, Matt, here's the deal. Did you go through the process of application already?
Yes, I have.
And you were turned down, right?
Right.
What was the reason they gave you for turning you down?
Well, like you were saying, like, yeah, I can work.
Okay. How old are you, by the way?
Right.
How old are you? Matt?
And there could be a lot of other certain other problems I'm going through.
How old are you?
44.
Okay. And do you live alone?
I live with my mother and a roommate.
Okay. And does your mom work?
Yes, she does.
Okay. What does she say about you? Does she say you should get disability, or did she say go out and get a job?
Well, since, you know, I got this one, so...
But what does she say? What's her normal advice? Does she normally believe you need a job?
Well, I try not to bug her so much because she's a workaholic.
Okay. But she's never given you advice one way or the other?
No, not really.
Okay. So listen, Marco, bottom line, if people are looking for disability, it has to be they can't hold a job.
Yeah, they can't maintain gainful employment.
But be due to a specific disability with a diagnosis.
Correct.
Okay. And now, Marco Bendinelli, by the way, Bendinelli Law Firm, 1-800-ATTORNEY, on our referral list at referralist.com.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
It's Friday, the middle of the day. That means it's rush hour. That's right. Eastbound C470 approaching I-25. Jeep.
Poor guy, he can do something. If fucking Dan can work, that guy.
If this guy can hold a job, I mean, my God.
Does this guy just seem like a fuck up to you?
No, I think Marco nailed it.
He's 60 IQ-ish, I would guess. He's a couple steps over.
Yeah, I mean, 7-Eleven's hiring.
He's He's no engineer.
Absolutely.
You talking about Dan?
I think Marco nailed it. I think he's just scared to get out there.
He probably actually enjoys it.
Right. I think most people do.
Visit
Except the homeowners.
How about places like
5, we're coming up silent. TheHormoneBros.com, you know, they're actually, the name is Revitalized Health. They do hormone optimization, testosterone, estrogen, thyroid. Over 30, if you're over 30, you are going to want to take a look at hormones. I know it sounds young, but, you know, you start depleting hormones eventually. They almost go away. And then, of course, they have cosmetic procedures as well, fillers, and they have micro thread lifts and micro needling. They're great people. 470 in Ken Carroll generally. That's the area. TheHormoneBros.com, 720-361-2302.
We'll be signing my daughter up for SSDI here pretty soon.
Oh, sorry. I did 30.
You have to be 18.
I think so. I think you have to be 18 and you have to be out of high school. We hold her back a year, so she's actually 19. So she just literally just finished her last year.
Huh.
I just went with the biggest name.
I wonder why you can't do it when she's younger, though.
Well, it's a matter of as long as she's living, because currently she's still living with me. So as long as she has her there as a dependent, I think it also limits what they'll give her. Then there's also through developmental pathways, we're looking to get her probably either into like a group type home where we have 4 or 5 residents in there, and a counselor.
She has
Or
on
if we can,
recorder tape
sometimes
the
they'll
last
pair up.
Berg show, but
She
she
was
needs
a
somebody
certain
to
type of
convert it. But she
Then
has
they come
it,
in 3 or 4 times a
if
week
that's
and
what you were
help.
asking.
Do you know why she has it?
My uncle did.
Because she was his
He
producer
thrived
up until the day he
in the
died.
group
She was
home.
his producer
I
at
know.
Channel
He
4.
ended
Is
up,
that right?
he got in a lot of trouble when he lived in an apartment by himself.
Oh,
They would
brother
come in
did too.
every day. He started taking his money and he started getting hookers.
Who died?
My uncle. He was mentally
My
retarded.
brother-in-law, no, he wasn't getting hookers. He actually, because he would use food as comfort, so he would get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So they started controlling his diet.
Poor guy wanted
why he was
hookers.
still gaining weight. So they watched it. Well, he was having Domino's delivered 5 times. So they started controlling his money. So he started selling all his CDs and stuff to his friends so he could continue to get it. So they got to the point where they actually, because they were giving him 3 meals a day, plus he was getting 5 times delivery Domino's.
Would you find out where Mark's taking me for lunch?
I will. I'll get right on that real quick. Excuse me, Mark.
So, but
My
he would
uncle would
also
get
he
these
would get on
checks
like these
and
QVC things, and he would order up stuff.
Yeah.
And all this stuff would show up. Well, then ultimately, my father-in-law would get the bill. Also, there was like this $15,000 bill. And most of it was like just some sort of consumable good, not necessarily eating, but you know, there's some sort of consumable good. But there was other things like TVs, stereos, all this other shit. So he walks in and he calls these people up and says, "Come get your check." He says, "No, you guys want it." He says, "There's not a judge in the world that is gonna make you guys. This is make this guy uphold the contract. You better come get your crap." Only about a third of them actually came and got it.
So if you want to become a
Where are you taking your beloved
Where am I taking?
What about that big fat burger place?
Well, they still
I
have
don't
the
eat
original
till 4. I
hamburger
won't
stand.
take her anywhere to lunch.
Well, those
They're
later.
leadership.
I'll take her somewhere at 4.
You eat once a day still.
part-time.
You've lost so much weight, man.
Religiously.
Right now, free tax lien investor kit.
I will, I don't know where I want to go,
Which
actually.
includes a free smartwatch just for
I'm trying to think what we ate last night.
to 72,000.
Santiago.
To 72,000 for your
Was it good?
tax lien kit.
I like Santiago.
I've been all over this point the last couple.
Where is it?
They're all over. It's just kind of like, it's a step above fast food Mexican.
Have you had the brewery?
House steps, the brewery bar.
Yeah, brewery bar.
Brewery bar's delicious.
They do.
It's
very
just
good.
far though. From us, it's
There's one right there in.
Park Meadows.
Well, how hard do you like
Thank
your
you.
steak?
That's the one we got there.
Uh-oh.
How hot do you
Mark,
like
get
your
it.
steak?
Start talking.
Thomas!
Welcome. We got a lot going on here. Okay, let's talk. Danielle has some kind of follow-up. What kind of follow-up is that?
Yes.
What kind of follow-up are we talking about?
Oh, yes, thank you very much for taking my call. The follow-up is I almost wanted to call you on April Fool's Day and make a joke by saying that Lowe's sent me $1,000 replacement card, but it was actually only $100. So I didn't get
No, this was, refresh me on the original call, Danielle.
It was originally I had bought, to get the triple points or whatever from King Soopers, you buy a card of any such sort, and you have to go online and do
Was this the one? Hold on. Was this the one? This wasn't the one where they stole where somebody went on and hacked the card.
Well, I kind of followed up on your show, and I figured out that is what happened. They go in the store and peel off the little back.
That's right.
And yeah,
they peel off. Listen, for those listening, they go into the rack where they're selling cards.
Right.
They peel off the back, and then they take down the number. Then they paint on a new one, or they put a new strip on there.
Oh.
And then they go online and register the card.
And put it back on the rack for somebody to take it off.
And then they're notified. They're notified. And now this is what I don't understand. Right. When they register that card,
I don't think they do. I think they just keep checking for that number to be registered.
They check and check and check, and then when it's registered, they immediately.
Know they have less than a week. Like they have like 2-3 days to go use it suddenly.
Yeah. Okay. So therefore, because most people who buy it do not register it right away.
Right, and I didn't. I had bought it like around the beginning of November, something like that. And so they know, I think people that think that way, the scam artists, they know that there's your mind isn't thinking in the same, there's like a mad scramble of frenzy to make it to the end of the year. A lot of gift cards fly in here and there. But nonetheless, because of Suzanne calling and making a second phone call
what happened?
To Lowe's headquarters, all of a sudden I got a phone call from them, and she confirmed which address to mail it to. But I was going to call you on April Fool's Day and say, yeah, they sent me a $1,000 replacement card. But instead, on April Fool's Day, this is what prompted me to go ahead and call you on Cardi Friday is a fool rear-ended me by speeding on the 20th Street. I call it the flyover bridge now. The fourth car back, all waiting at a red light. I drive a Jeep, and everybody was stopped. That's a major construction intersection right there. I was headed west on 20th Street, and when the light changes, a car could potentially turn in 3 different directions right there.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Right.
She brings up a good point. I wonder, have you ever seen accidents there?
Well, the one I was in, I saw him coming, but no, I haven't. But I've make deliveries by using my vehicle, and I see accidents and hear sirens all over downtown.
I do not want to sound crazy or oversimplify this, but
don't worry about it.
You have insurance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't even be able to be hired by the company I work for
if
I hadn't proven that I have insurance.
Did she get a gift card, though?
Yeah, she did get the replacement card, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay.
And it came from the headquarters.
I emailed them a few times but it's been a while, Tom.
So what would you like? What do you think? I mean, what do you want us to do about the intersection? I guess is what I'm asking. Obviously,
well, I was rear-ended by somebody. It was a hit and run.
Yeah.
I did because I keep my pens and my paper right there handy. I keep my eyes on the road, my hands on the wheel. I jotted down his paper tag number.
Oh, wait a minute. You do have the paper tag. Did you give it to police?
Absolutely.
What are they doing about it?
Well, this is what I'm calling. What prompted me to go ahead and call and to thank you for your assistance getting my $100 back, is because it put the final nail in the coffin of the Jeep. It's totaled now. It's not worth putting any more thousands and thousands of dollars that between me and my mom have put into it.
So your vehicle is totaled. Do you want to go out and try to find this guy?
No, he's been found. He got locked up.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, not for him, but excellent.
Yeah.
I mean,
but no. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for the update. But again, I was just a little confused if she needed our help or not. It doesn't sound like it. She just wanted to warn people about the intersection.
She wanted to ramble.
But
it was an opportunity to talk.
She did get her car, and that's what's important. I mean, her card, her new card.
I hope that guy went to jail. Seriously, man. Hit and runs suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Hit and run is a dangerous thing. I mean, it really is. Don't you remember the time a guy stole a car, was drunk, got in an accident, and left Commerce City? and Commerce City had the guy's license on the scene or something, and they wouldn't go after him because he lived in another city, and they said it's not our jurisdiction? I swear to you, remember up near it was up near Grizzly Rose.
It was like a commercial property, right, Tom, with a fence or something?
Yeah, and they said, and Commerce City said, well, he got away, went over the county line. He was like, we couldn't believe
it's like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
well, he went over city line, can't find him now, and they wouldn't proceed against this man. Flat out drunk, wrecked the car, left evidence at the scene, and Commerce City said, well, he left the city. How many criminals leave that city? I mean, you run real fast, you'll go out of the boundary.
I think Boss Hogg was there.
But it was. I swear to you, it sounded like the Dukes of Hazzard.
He tricked him by leaving.
Anyway, Lily said she was scammed out of 30 grand recently. That sounds serious. Lily, what happened?
Oh, it's terrible.
What's going on?
Somebody sent me their number. They scammed somebody else's on a website. They sent me their number, so I thought, okay, I'll call them.
Who sent you the number?
On a dating site.
Okay. On a dating site, they said, what, call this number?
Yes.
Oh, and you thought you were dating. Hold on. You thought this was a date, you thought.
No, I thought this was somebody I could converse with.
Well, that's what I meant. Okay, you thought it was a companion of some kind that you were calling.
Right.
Okay,
right.
And what happened?
Well, he was fake from the beginning, only I didn't realize it.
So, what was he supposed to be? Let's put it that way.
I'm sorry?
What was he supposed to be?
He was not supposed to be on that dating site.
No, here's what I'm asking. Okay.
He took over somebody else's...
That's what I'm getting at, Lily. That's what I want to know. What tricked you? What did he say? Did he say, I'm a 55-year-old guy looking for someone just like you? I live here. I do this. What did he put out there? How did he... Go ahead.
Okay. Now, he said that he was a member of the DIA.
Okay. What's DIA?
Defense Intelligence Agency.
Oh, I never even heard of that. If there is,
which is a real agency.
Okay.
Made up of spies.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then what else did he say?
Well, we started conversing.
Yes.
No big deal. All of a sudden, he gets called on a mission to North Korea. And he's looking for things that he can bring home or send home.
He's stationed in Korea, and he's looking for things. And how did he get money from you?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
He had documents that he didn't want to have to carry because he told me when they're over there, they move from place to place.
Okay.
And he had stolen documents, and he wanted to get them home. And he says, I don't want to have to pack them with me everywhere I go. Can I have them sent to you? And I said, oh, sure. Why not? And that's when it started.
What were these documents he had sent to you?
Well, they never made it to me. There was no...
But hold on. Did you pay him anything?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I don't understand. How did the money come up? I understand he said he's in Korea on an assignment, and he has to get documents over here. But where did the money come in? What did he do to scam you out of money? What did he say?
He didn't want the documents to be scanned.
Okay.
So he said, we have to send customs X amount of money so they won't scan them.
And how much was the money?
Well, it started out with like $5,200.
Okay, but here's what I want to know. If he's a government agent, why did he need you to send the money? What reason did he give you for that?
Because the package was coming to me.
But what was going to be in the package that you cared about where you would pay that much money? That's what I need.
There's nothing in that package for me. I thought I was doing a favor for a friend.
Okay, but did he say, I will pay you back?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I see. So you thought you were helping him get documents, sensitive documents, over here coming to you. Then he was going to come and pick them up.
Correct.
And he was going to pay you back.
Correct.
All right, hold on. Now we got the lay of the land. Wow, this goes deep. We got more coming up.
This is Denver's
Crazy crap.
Okay, you guys interested in a tow truck?
I wonder.
Yeah, so this guy's selling us. He's moving to Texas. He's selling this tow truck. Looks pretty good shape. He's got a fairly new motor. But you guys don't do it?
They contract it out.
Yeah, come along with the amount of insurance you got to carry on those things.
On what?
And I said,
give the PUC their
tow truck.
Yeah, you got the PUC that King's Ransom on
pictures. Yeah, pictures and all the data on it. Just for your buddy.
You guys should buy one. You guys should chip in.
Yeah.
And then that way, when we need tows,
yeah, we just come to you.
that's all it has.
Take off your shoes and find them yourself.
Aurora Orthodontics, right? She doesn't spine us like Shannon always.
No, my God, it's on 24/7.
So,
I was.
you know what I think we're listening to?
Aurora
A replay of True Lies. Remember True Lies? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Which one? What happens in that one?
He was a spy, like a salesman, and she started dating another guy, and he said he was a spy.
It's happening to you.
And
Every night, one snores.
Well, we're still not sure that this guy really isn't in North Korea. He's just running late. He got caught. We don't know.
What about the package?
Didn't you see the movie?
Why are you so really interested in this guy's package?
Yeah, that's something.
It's worth very
Dan heard it. He's got a package.
It's worth very great. I want to see a $30 package.
I have an 8x10.
I cannot believe. I can never talk to people with money. I don't know.
Quicken Loans.
God, I can't imagine.
I mean, there must be something wrong with me because I can't do it.
I don't know how people can do shit like that and sleep at night for real, man. How do you just have no morality? That's the part that's
But what I
overriding.
mean is, even if I wanted to do it, I don't think people would believe me. How do you? I mean, it's hard enough doing legit shit. How do people do that?
Well, you know they've got to make, at least 100 points of contact before they get somebody to bite.
Oh, and with that story, I worked for DIA. I don't even know if that's real.
I'm in North Korea.
Yeah.
What are the chances you
I work for the Defense Department.
I got no government, but I need your money to get these things.
To get these secret documents.
I mean, that's like a Three's company line, all the G-Man.
What's that?
I'm trying to pick up a girl, I'm a G-Man.
Three's company.
The guy who said he's worked for the DIA.
I never heard that.
For Three's Company.
Three's Company? Oh, yeah. Well,
Is that what John, the guy?
John Ritter.
John Ritter.
Yeah.
He was the one that was.
And
Oh, yeah, no, Larry and his buddy and John, the two of them were always trying to pick up girls, and they have these fake.
Intelligence agency does exist.
And then they would, what was the name of the bar?
The Regal Beagle.
The Regal Beagle.
I never watched
That was such a good.
Oh, that show is.
Who were the actors?
It had Mr. Roper, and then it also had
Don Knotts. And the girls were.
Oh, the girls were big time.
They were fabulous.
Well, no, they had two: Terry, Chrissy, Janet. But Terry and Chrissy were the same.
Yeah, but then there was another. No, they weren't the same character.
Well, that's right. One moved down.
Yeah, but you still had
Suzanne
the dumb
Summers.
blonde. Yeah, you still had the dumb blonde that rolled down.
Oh, yeah. That's
So,
right.
and then there was another one after Terry.
He just pretended.
No, I don't think he pretended to be gay.
John Ritter.
John Ritter, yeah, he pretended to be gay in the show.
In order to live on.
Gay in the show?
Yeah, in order to live pretended to be gay.
Yeah, he couldn't.
He wanted Mr. Roper wouldn't let him live there.
That's what it was. Okay.
Actually, Roper. Yeah, it was Mr. Roper. They actually had an offspin of that called the Ropers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No, he would always act gay or else Mr. Roper didn't want one guy living with unmarried girls.
It's the only premise I knew. I just knew the premise. I never.
That was good stuff.
The Regal Beagle.
It wasn't.
I love Larry. Larry was the fucking bomb on that show.
Who was Larry?
He was the friend that was the fucking womanizer from hell.
No, that's not Suzanne Summers. That's a different one.
No, that's the other one. That was the replacement.
That's what he was talking about, the last one.
10
'Cause
seconds.
Terry was before.
I'm turning on the mic.
It was over after that.
Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ will get you straight, beautiful teeth in a very short amount of time. All you have to do is call them, and you will find the results extraordinary in 2 years. Now, you will save an extraordinary amount of money over regular orthodontics. It'll be faster than regular orthodontics. It'll be better than regular orthodontics because it will completely correct your palate, your mouth, your jaw, TMJ, sleep apnea. It's also better than just cosmetic dentistry and way less expensive. 303-690-0100, the new orthodontics. That's 303-690-0100. So if you want to find out more, go to the website. Now, the website you can find if you go to the referral list, okay? Just go there first and just look up Dr. Kent Lawson or Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, and then go to their website to find out more.
So I emailed that to you, Mark. If you want to send that to your friends, this guy's really wants to sell this thing.
I will. Tow truck?
Yeah. You want to buy, Tom?
Well, how do you sell a tow truck?
Call it the Tom Martino Show.
The problem with most of the trucks is that
it's not bad.
Lonnie Anderson.
Most guys don't buy them outright. They're buying them out.
Reach out to one of the other
guy, one of these
That's what I'm gonna
lots.
do.
They'll
Wait,
finance
Lonnie
them.
Anderson.
They cost a fortune.
Was she on that show?
That's a good
Lonnie
one.
Anderson tried out for it, didn't make
Actually, that weight class.
She was on WKRP.
That probably cost
Dr. Johnny Fever, man.
God, I love that show.
My favorite is when they throw the
turkeys.
the turkeys out.
That's my witness. They're going to the ground. That's kind of my witness. I swore I thought turkeys.
That is the best. You would think you'd do at least a little research.
Well, and I thought something, like when Tom went up for the eclipse, when they flew the helicopter out there,
Yeah.
I thought that would make a great Saturday Night Live skit. Have like a television news crew go out over a dark area, shine the spotlight down. Look at all the people looking at the eclipse. That would be good. Have a big spotlight. Look, they're waving at us. They're cursing me.
Is this us? Hi. Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. Plenty of times to take calls. George has a comment on Lily. By the way, we're going to recap. Lily got scammed out of 30 grand. Oh, man, we got to see what we can do here. What's going on, George? What's your comment?
Yeah, so the call that you're on right now with the DIA, the agent, in any case, I don't understand how people can become adults and not have basic common sense. I just don't get it. I'm 61 years old. This is not about technology, changing technology. And I understand older people are, in general, more trusting. Certainly, the older you get, from simpler times. But even my 16-year-old has more confidence in what this
Well, you know what?
is all about.
I'll tell you, all over the country every day we have people on dating sites being scammed. It's one of the most common areas where people get scammed. Now, Lily, listen, she's probably not proud of this, but we're going to try to help her if we can. I don't know what we can do, but if nothing else, warn people. But she was on a dating site. She got a phone number to call the guy. She called the guy. He claims to be a spy in North Korea, part of the Defense Intelligence Agency, which is a real agency. We looked it up. And And, he needed money to get sensitive documents out of there, and he couldn't have them scanned, so he had to bribe the Korean officials. Eventually, she sends 30 grand in total, never got any documents. When did you realize you were scammed?
Well, when he came back and asked for another $19,000 because there was two people working this.
Okay.
One was the actual guy I was talking to, and the other guy was in connection with U.S. Customs.
Okay.
And he even chose to give money also to help get the documents to me.
He claimed to, or was he in on it?
Yeah, he was in on it.
Okay.
So then another guy has taken over. This other guy has gone back home, I was told, to New York.
Who told you that?
Another guy has taken over, and they won't deliver the documents until we pay guy number one his $19,000. And I said, oh, no,
Now, do you have phone numbers for these people?
Yeah, but they're no good.
No. What I mean is, did you go to the FBI?
I went to the police department.
It's FBI, and they should have told you it's wire fraud, and it's telephonic. It's also mail fraud, all kinds of fraud.
Where did you actually send the money to?
It was within the United States, and I was told that they also can take over someone's bank account.
Well, you didn't give him any bank numbers, did you?
No. But they could take over somebody's bank account somewhere and slip the money in and then slip it out. And apparently that person has no idea.
I want to know this. I want to know a few things to help people really prevent this. What's the name of the dating site?
Our Time.
Our Time. Okay. And the man, what name did he use?
I looked him up. He was using a dead man's name. His name was, give me a second.
Yeah.
Lucas Christopher.
Lucas. And he was a spy, supposedly, right?
Yeah, but that's fake.
Of course.
That's not who he was.
No, I understand.
And
Now,
all the pictures that he sent me were of this guy that died in 2016.
okay. Now, what supposedly was he going to do when he came here? Did he say he was interested in you as a woman, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how old did he say he was?
He said he was 62 and he was going to retire in September.
And then, did you guys talk about a future and all that? Was he that far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Somewhat.
That's sad, It really sucks.
I know. Yeah. I learned a very hard lesson. I had an 800 credit score. And I'm sorry, but I don't have that amount of money. I am on a fixed income. I can't even borrow that amount of money because I don't make enough money. But they give it to you in credit. It's
Wait,
all credit
did you
card
take
debt.
this $30,000? Is it credit card debt?
Yep.
Well, that's good news, Lily.
Why?
Because you can do a bankruptcy and get out of every penny of it.
Well, yeah, but the sad part about that is I have too much equity in my home. They'll take my home.
Okay, how much equity do you have?
Oh, they're telling me I have $106,000.
Well, you get a certain amount, homestead exemption.
And I'm over that.
Why can't you just call the credit card company? I mean, this is obviously fraud.
That's true. Why can't you just call? It is fraud.
I don't.
We have to help you, Lily. Lily, they can't. It is fraud. It's absolute fraud.
I know. I went to the bank and I wanted to report it to the bank, and they wouldn't even talk to me because I consented to it.
No, you consented to it, but it was fraud.
I understand that.
You did not. No, you. What credit card is it? Visa. What is it?
It's several credit cards.
How many?
Probably 4 or 5.
And what kind? Who issues them? What banks?
She should have said these were all stolen. There was so many ways out of this.
Oh no. I don't know what to do.
Well, you're not going to pay the $30,000.
No.
Okay. Well.
I can file that Chapter 7. That would take care of everything. I can't file that because it will take my home.
Well,
go ahead. How much equity do you have?
Hold on. Chapter 13. Just hold on. Plus the fraud thing. Let's not give up on the fraud thing. Hold on. We'll come right back.
This report is sponsored by White Castle.
Big delays in the Tech Center Drive. Got a brand new.
When is Icon coming up?
How does she send the, what does she buy?
You said 3.5 minutes.
Say what she buy. She just send cash? So that is, if she just got
What
cash
she should have done, the second she found it out, is call each bank up and say, hey, my credit cards are stolen.
But I mean, he had to have some sort of merchant in order to run a credit card.
Who knows?
There's a good process, and you have to have a.
You have to have, even if you have a square.
She could have gotten cash.
Yeah, but anybody can get that.
Yeah, but you have to put enough documents in there to verify who you are.
No, she may have done cash. Then
Well, no, not if they're out of the country, though. We don't know.
Right.
If she did cash advances, she did. That is not fraud.
I don't think you can get $30,000 on a cash advance on a credit
4
card.
or 5 cards.
You talk about having a bad day. Guys going for a bicycle ride.
I would say that's the only way is cash.
This is gonna blow you.
Otherwise,
Almost like through like Western Union,
Yeah.
where you use your credit card and they get cash on the other end.
Oh my God.
Although I don't even know
Yeah,
if they
road,
do that.
I wouldn't stop running.
I am curious how, who did she pay?
I'll show you bad news.
Okay, let me see it. Dan, you gotta watch this. Guys going for a bike ride on a bicycle. Watch this. It's gonna blow your mind.
Who is it?
Some guy going for a bike ride with a helmet cap. Oh, wait till you see what happens.
Go.
Okay, this is really cool.
Oh, I've seen this.
Have you seen it?
Something runs across and kills. Oh, yep. Oh my God, no, I have not seen
Grizzly,
it.
watch this.
What is she talking
It's after him?
Dude,
Holy shit!
What are you talking about?
You
What
think
bear
this is
chasing
real?
a guy on a bicycle?
Oh yeah, he's looking back.
And
Getting chased by a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear.
He's going
And
faster.
Running like
and he won't
60.
stop.
Does he look back again?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, wait. You're about to go, oh, no way, this didn't happen. A tree in the road. He's running as fast as he can go.
Oh my God, I'd be fucking hauling ass.
Bears in the trail. Bears on the trail. Coming after him.
Another bear comes out. Oh!
Tree.
This is the guy she used.
Now he's running? Or is he on the bike?
Watch this. Watch this.
Climbs the tree.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
No, he's hiding.
He's hiding.
From a bear.
Watch this.
Bears can smell a million miles away, man.
Oh yeah, extremely sensitive.
Not this one. The bear is riding the bike now.
Now he's chasing the bear on the bike.
This is what happens when you tangle a little bear.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, that's one way. That's, you think that's
And he
real
lived.
though?
He lived.
Let me see the
bear?
Really? That is it?
No, do you think that's real?
That's real? Yeah, it looked like it was.
Geez, those bears can smell you so far away.
Guys,
Hiding.
I'm going to turn on the mic.
Yep.
I will bet you that guy at the end
All right.
says,
Hold on, guys.
that is true.
15 seconds away.
Subject to qualifying credit approval, minimum purchase.
Icon Eye Care is the hometown LASIK partner of the Denver Broncos. And, you know, I represent Icon Eye Care because they do it in such a quality way. 250,000 LASIK procedures done already, 20 years in Denver, top surgeons. Now, I'm getting the word out about Denver's LASIK Center of Excellence to help everyone see better, including myself. Seeing is believing. Now, if you want to see the world in a whole new light, 866-GOT-ICON.
Did you ever see that video where the guy, he's out spraying deer piss? And I guess that attracts him.
Yeah, for the deer, it's double estrus.
And he's dressed up as a deer. It's a real thing.
And he gets in a fight with the deer.
And the deer comes out and just beats the living shit.
Yeah, he was actually trying to lure the deer right up to him. He went so far as to put the estrus in his mouth.
Yeah, but isn't deer the #1 in North America animal that kills people?
I wouldn't be surprised, but that's all. But I mean, that would most likely be auto accidents.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't even thought of that.
I had a friend literally a couple of months ago. He's an electrician, driving over off of Tomahawk Road in Parker, riding his motorcycle, bucked around in front of him, hit the butt right through his chest, killed him before he hit the ground.
I'll show you.
Oh my God.
I'm going to show you the funniest fucking real one that I have ever seen.
The best standing offer in the business. They will beat
Watch
any
this.
transition estimate from any.
This is fucking real, guys. This is absolutely real.
That's simple. 303-781-9858.
This guy
Beat this deal. Budget A1 transmission.
literally gets his head up an elephant's ass.
303-781-9858.
On purpose?
Watch. He's cleaning shit, and the elephant sits on his fucking head.
Looks like we're back on here.
All right, 303-713-8255. Let me see who's over there on the phone. Hold on a second. I'm looking for Thomas here.
Mark,
Guys,
it's still Lily with the scam.
we'll get back to Lily in a second. I want to do this real quick. Is there any screaming deals, guys? Any screaming deals before we end up? Jeff Vick.
Yeah, for the first next 10 people, go ahead and email me. Just go to our website, transmissionsdenver.com. Go to the contact link.
Yep.
Make sure to mention Martino. I'll do $200 off of any repair, $500 or more.
Any repair.
Any repair, $500 or more.
Wow. Albert?
Air condition, inspection, testing, hook and gauges. Normally $29 free. Free. Bring it in. That's the real deal.
I like
we do
free.
5 callers each location.
Nikki.
You Yutzy?
I always save up to $500 for Martino customers.
Okay. Seriously, well, that got to be a pretty big job, right? Parking lot things are...
100, he said.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay him 400 and fix it.
No, we're talking insurance.
Now, we haven't forgotten about you, Lily. Honest to God.
I said up to 500.
Lily, we haven't forgotten about you, really. We have to brainstorm this. We really do, because I believe... Now, did you get cash advances?
Yes.
Oh, that's why you can't claim credit card fraud, because your advance was for you. What you did with that advance does not, it goes beyond the credit card thing. We can't, oh man, we can't do the credit card thing. How did you manage to get $30,000 in advances?
I told you I had very good credit.
Okay. Huh.
Not a problem getting credit cards. I used ones that I had, and I opened up
What?
2
Tell
or
me
3
something,
new
and I'm
ones.
serious now. You sound like an intelligent woman. What?
I know.
Why would you fall for this? What was it? Was it the romance?
I think so. They're very good. They are very, very good. I don't normally trust anybody, and they very convincing. I feel like a fool. I am a fool.
Well,
it was the stupidest thing I'd ever done in my whole life.
Yeah, it was a dumb thing. I mean, you know, fool is relative. I mean, you know, people do stupid things all the time, more stupid. I mean, you know, I wasn't there. I don't know exactly what was said. How long did he? How long was he in contact before the very first request came for money?
Probably at least a month.
How many different contacts in that month before asking for money? About 10, 20?
Twice a day. Twice a day.
Oh, so this guy really worked you.
Where did he?
Oh, yeah.
Where did he apparently live?
He said he was in D.C. working in the Pentagon.
And when did he go to North Korea?
Why would you want to date someone in D.C., though?
When did he go to North Korea?
Later.
Oh. So he was a spy.
Yeah, it was after we conversed for about a month.
Then he thought, hold on, then you thought he was going to retire and move here.
Well, no, he told me he had a home here.
Where did he say it was?
In Denver.
Was he familiar with the area?
I don't know. I asked him about I-70 one time, and he seemed to know what that was.
Where did he say the home was? He just said in Denver? You didn't inquire as to where?
No. I looked online later and couldn't find him anywhere.
You found the dead guy.
I found the dead guy.
He's the one with the gray hair and the Fayetteville? The real one. The real one.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. He died in...
She was hypnotized by Cupid's arrow, man. Seriously.
So did he...
My decision is I can file Chapter 13.
Right.
I'll have to pay $250 a month for the next 5 years.
Wait, $250? Oh, because you're going to put just that bill in there.
Yes.
So
I have nothing else.
Wait, did the attorney... Hold on, did the attorney tell you that it would be $250?
Yes.
They calculated. Good. Okay.
Well, even...
Why not just pay it?
Hold on. Well, because...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Why not just not pay it? Why even file bankruptcy? I mean, who cares if your credit goes down now? What's the difference?
Right, exactly. And that's my question to you. What way should I go?
Well, your credit's going to go down either way. Your credit will go down either way. How old are you right now?
I'm 67.
Okay. Bad credit. Do you anticipate needing credit?
No. It's nice to have, though, but, you know, what I had, I never used.
But how about she converts to a reverse mortgage?
I don't want to do that.
No, but you don't understand what he's saying. You just don't understand. Do you have a mortgage?
I do.
Of how much?
$45,000 left to pay.
And how much is your house worth?
About 170.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, now listen carefully because you want to hear this. If you get a line of credit, a line of credit on your home, just enough to pay off your mortgage, $45,000. Okay, that reverse loan. Listen carefully. That reverse loan will put a $150,000 or $60,000 lien on your home because they preserve enough lien, enough collateral to over collateralize the line of credit. That will keep your house completely outside and safe from bankruptcy. Lily, you need some planning, and we need to talk to some people. So leave your number with Suzanne. I mean, seriously, there might be a way to help.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen.
Unsecured debt's gone, no one can touch the home, and there's no equity anywhere.
It's brilliant. See, that's where that line of credit, they oversecure the house. You got a lien on that fucker, they can't take it off.